Help! I've descended into Undermountain and I can't get up. Hello, Charkie.
You're on your own. Sorry about that.
No,
It was nice knowing you.
Can you at least throw a rope down here or something?
Should have packed your own. That's D&D 101.
Fuck! Hello, Charkie.
Hey, Cass.
We're still doing this.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Again, I apologize.
We finally made it, friends.
To all the raiders coming from Johnny Baghead, I apologize for what you're about to see tonight. I apologize to our audience, but most of all, I apologize to you, Charky, for the continued descent into this Undermountain, the descent into this first-person Dungeons and Dragons RPG of sorts, running on MS-DOS despite releasing in 1998.
You don't have to apologize for anything. I charged my 3DS, so I'm fine.
Okay, very good. I was gonna ask you straight up, like, all right, what's your distraction tonight? What are you going to be doing while I'm doing the hard work here of playing the game? And that answers the question.
What I'm actually probably going to do is, like, just see if there's news to talk about in terms of video games, so I can bring up some sort of conversation topic.
No, that's great too. I was gonna also say, okay, what's your comedy crutch gonna be tonight? What's your commentary crutch going to be?
It might be talking about the one of the only 2 times I ever DM'd a game of D&D.
Now that's good. That's relevant.
Telling that story.
That's a relevant topic, germane to the subject of today. Johnny Baggett saying, "Whoops!" So not a great segue from Serious Sam. No, I mean it's close enough. The enemies are pretty mindless in this game. I don't know. I guess anything else? There's lots of crypts. There's a pyramid. We were in a pyramid last time.
I mean, if we want to segue into something else, we can segue into the stream snack.
We most certainly can. Please, Charky, take it away.
Tonight's stream snack, not a new one, but once again, I'll be having a blue raspberry Kirkland energy shot, so I will have a bad time. And my food is the cheesy fiesta potatoes from Taco Bell. It's just left over from dinner. And Cass, I talked to you about this, and you've talked to me about this, but if you order a craving box from the app for $5, you can get a Crunchwrap Supreme and a side and another item and a drink. And then when you order it, beneath that, it's like, hey, you would probably like the Crunchwrap Supreme just a la carte without, 2 extra pieces of food and a drink. That would be $5.89. More than the craving box.
Yeah, the thing is, the cravings box requires that you have the app, you see, because they're scraping all your data and selling it. But they're, in exchange, you get like this steeply discounted box full of food. The other thing is that they sell the Crunchwrap Supreme combo, which comes with a taco and a drink, $9.99, as opposed to the $5 box. It's actually a $6 box where I'm in my neck of the woods at the moment. But that's getting to the mechanics. That's getting into... I've doxed myself. People will triangulate the price of a cravings box to where I live. These horrible, obsessive, stalker-esque fans of ours.
And people will find out I live in New Orleans, Louisiana. How terrible.
Well, that is a good stream snack. That's a fine stream snack. How do you feel about the cheesy fiesta potatoes? What's your rating?
They're all right. They're definitely the most substantive snack side you can get with the cravings box. I don't know though. Something about them isn't great, but that's not to say they're bad. I feel like for some reason I taste these potatoes and I'm like, you can do a little better than that.
I usually get the nachos and cheese, and I put like Diablo sauce in the cheese sauce. So I mix them together with a nacho. I stir it with a nacho, then I have like a spicy sauce for my nachos.
That's not a bad idea. Like, oh, you know what would be good though?
Oh, do tell.
Instead of the normal like kind of cheese stuff, you remember when they have those like volcano nachos and volcano stuff?
I do.
If it was the volcano sauce with those
Sure.
potatoes, that would be good.
Any port in a storm, any excuse to keep talking about like food stuff and drink stuff not play Descent to Undermountain. So I'm drinking moonshine tonight. I'm drinking Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine.
Listen, the sooner we finish Undermountain, the sooner we can do literally anything else on a Tuesday.
Goddamn right. You know, it's good that we do the stream snack at the top, because there's people who just watch these videos for the stream snack. They just leave a comment on YouTube just to summarize the stream snack for posterity. I'm actually very grateful for it. It's actually a very funny bit. So I strongly encourage people to keep doing that. And if they don't want to watch the rest of the episode, if they don't want to watch Descent to Undermountain, that's fine.
I would like to remind people, though, that if I say I don't have a stream snack, that just means I don't have anything new. I always got a stream snack. It's just, I'm not going to say like, well, it's the third episode in a row that I'm having peanut butter and jelly.
Unless you like deep fried the peanut butter and jelly, deep fried Uncrustable like I had at the county fair that one time.
I am too afraid to try and deep fry anything. For like numerous reasons.
But are you too afraid to descend into Undermountain?
No, that seems less terrifying to me than trying to deep fry something.
You might be onto something. I'll get this out to you in a second, my friend. I gotta skip the intro every time, which is... I think I said in the first episode that one of these days I'll just play the intro so that people can see what the intro to this game looks like. Yet to do that.
Luis in chat says, always good to hear what Gatorade flavors exist elsewhere. Okay, so with my cravings box, all right? You got to get a drink. And I think the drink selection at Taco Bell is abysmal because they are a PepsiCo company thing,
hey, we
whatever.
got that Baja Blast for your ass.
I hate Baja Blast. I really do. I'm sorry. Fake Taco Bell fan, I know. But I got the Gatorade G2 Fruit Punch as my drink. It's like, this has got to be all right. It's just Gatorade. Get my electrolytes in. You know, it's just fruit flavor. Disgusting.
That's the risk you run.
Horrible. It was all grape. The entire flavor was artificial fake grape, and I have been on record. I hate artificial grape flavor. Oh, it was disgusting. It was bright red. I was like, this is gonna taste like generic fruit. Maybe some like cherry with notes of apple or something. And just like little hugs, as in the drink, the quarter water. But no, just grape, pure grape. Disgusting.
I'm sitting on the toilet right now. I'm sitting on this hall of mirrors that they call a toilet. It's occurred to me that
I'm the one who went to Taco Bell.
Yeah. Where we last left off, we freed these guys, this dwarf, this lady who was on her way to a wedding. We killed these 2 orcs, but if we keep walking past this, it keeps saying we come upon 2 orcs having some sort of disagreement, because the game doesn't know how to update its triggers or remove them after you've triggered an event.
You're deader than I. No, you're deader than I.
And our quest is to find a piece of the spider stone thing. What do they exactly call it? The spider statue. Search for pieces of the spider statue. We picked up one earlier. I guess there's more of them. I guess several pieces make a whole. As you round the corner, silence descends on you. The miners stop to stare at you for a moment and then rush to the attack. Yeah, boy howdy, look at him go. Hello?
Russian.
Combat in this game is exciting as ever.
How do I even exist? Says Taco Bell also has those slushies for drinks. Yeah, okay, the slushies are good. The slush machine is never alive, but the slushies
I have better
are good
luck with that than I do with the McDonald's ice cream machine, which I know is like hack. This is the hack material hour. Yeah,
it's no. I mean, no. If you say anywhere and their ice cream / milkshake machine, they never work. Like the only place I know with a milkshake machine that works is Five Guys.
Because they're a pain in the ass to clean. I can't really begrudge them it. I wouldn't want to do that fucking shit. You're pretty sure by now that if you are not an orc or a goblin, you get attacked around here, and here they come. Game doing its best to try and, like, add some flavor to this proceedings here.
Video Game King says they also have the calorie counts for napkins and cutlery on the Taco Bell website.
You know, some people like
suggesting
eating
you can
plastic
eat
and
them.
paper, yeah. You know, feed it to your goat. Your goat's gotta watch their calories. They said something about you can hear movement up above you. Someone is trying to be stealthy, and they are obviously not very... And they obviously are not very good at it. I presume one of these little guys. Price you pay for not stealthing. Ooh, cool sword. Was there someone else up here? I swear there were 2 goblins. Oh, there we are. Also, please, folk, I know I always ask this, and the answer's always the same, but I keep asking anyway. Let me know about the volume. Too loud? Too low? Oh no? Don't go? These sure are, some fucking mine shafts, boy howdy.
Huh. So I'm already on that news vent here.
Oh, look at this guy.
Oh. Oh.
I wonder what his deal is.
What is he?
He's something or other.
Like a rat guy?
Can I talk to him? No, I think he is attacking me.
Is he trying to kill you?
He's doing that stanky leg. Oh, it's a troll.
Oh, okay. That, you know, and I was thinking troll, but I was like, eh.
Well, he's dead. And he's in the way. There we go. A huge troll grins at you and yells, "Me blog, me guard, give blog password or blog squish." He waits for a reply.
Oh, a little too late for that.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Do you know
just
the
a
password?
touch. Something tells me there ain't no password. Ooh, look at these riches, though. I can make, like, 1,000 gold off of all this.
Again, you should be able to retire. That should be an option. Like, let someone... I'm sure, like, you'll save the world eventually as this character, but, like...
Whoa!
Oh, because they're trolls. They regenerate, you know?
Do that? Is that troll lore?
Yeah, you gotta set them on fire. To kill them for real.
Maybe he wasn't dead after all. Yeah, killed troll. Again.
Yeah, trolls just regenerate if you don't, like, finish them with fire.
27,500 XP.
You ever played Tower of Doom on the arcade?
No. Okay, so I'm not getting any extra XP for killing this guy repeatedly, so it's not worth it to grind. Phew!
Do you not have anything?
This area stinks of filth and decay. You are sure that something has a lair nearby. What was your question?
Do you not have anything to, like, set stuff on fire?
No.
Ah.
Maybe I was a mage and I had a fireball spell I could use, but,
No fire arrows.
no, just regular-ass arrows. Alright, catch this ladder. And I fell 34 feet and took 17 damage, even though I was on the ladder that entire time. Even though I was clearly grabbing onto the ladder. Got a couple more rubies,
Fell
though.
very slowly, 17 feet.
I wonder if they have, like, rings of lightweight, wings of featherweight, or whatever the... Rings of wings. Something. There's a type of ring, there's a type of enchantment you can cast that makes it so you don't take fall damage. Thank you.
Slowfall is one of them. Sometimes called Featherfall.
I fell 23 feet! Fucking... Like, what's even the point of trying to use ladders in this game? Anything down here?
All right. I am reminded, though, it is Steam Next Fest, as of time of recording, where they have all those demos for games out. And I played, what's it called? Tactical Breach Wizards, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Which is, almost, yeah, tactical reach wizards. It's like a SWAT XCOM-y kind of game where, you take movement turns and attack turns, and like it's just a series of breaching rooms over and over again. But the conceit is that you're also wizards.
So instead of guns, it's like magic.
Oh no, they have guns. They straight up have guns. But their guns have like magic wands stuffed into the barrels. And they can also like cast spells and stuff. And it's mostly based on, it seems to be almost entirely based on defenestration, because you're very much encouraged to push enemies into specific positions to set up for other moves. And most of those other moves are push out of a window.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, you break a lot of windows in that game. But
all right, fair point.
I played some of that demo last night in the server. It was pretty handholdy at the start, but I appreciated that, and I thought it was fun. I think it was the most fun thing I've played in this Next Fest so far.
I haven't played a goddamn game from this Next Fest.
I don't want to talk about some of the like smaller things I played in the Next Fest that I didn't like, because there's small indie devs or whatever, and I don't want to necessarily call them out like this one I didn't like at all. That being said, I played Yar's Rising.
Yeah, that one is relevant to me because I've had that one Yar's Revenge 2011 or 2010. Whatever year that Yar's Revenge game came out, I've had that article in the works for a while. I'm just looking at this this guy here. Maybe he might make a good thumbnail.
Rowan Atkinson or ogre.
Mr. Bean if he was an ogre.
Anyway, I played Yar's Rising, which is like they somehow took Yar's Revenge and made a Metroidvania out of it.
Yeah, because that's the natural progression of that fucking franchise.
And that is one of the few cases where the writing was so bad that I just turned it off.
Yeah, it didn't strike me as particularly compelling.
Yeah, and like I can put up with a lot of cringy dialogue and like excuse it, but when like a voice character,
I just found a Ring of Featherfall, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
I conjured it into existence. I willed it into being.
Sorry, you should probably wear that. So, all the cutscenes are like voice acted, or the cutscenes, they're the talking head segments are voice acted. And there was a part where one of the support characters calls into your main character and says, you need to hook up to that sync station in front of you. The main character, who is called Yar goes, sync station, what? Like, you mean to wash my hands? And support character says, no, lol. Like, LOL says it out loud. And I was like, I'm done. And I just turned it off.
Yeah, it's a good time for it. That's... I want to rearrange my inventory a little bit, by the way, because I picked up a longsword +2, and that's better than the longsword +1 that I've been using. And so to rearrange my inventory, as you recall, I have to do this sort of bullshit, except I dropped all those items behind... Oh, god damn it. It's not letting me drop items in the spot I want to drop these items. I will figure this out. I will have satisfaction. I am stuck in place because the items I am dropping on the ground. Oh, I can jump to get out of it. Very good. And now drop this one so I can pick it back up so it can go into my first inventory slot. And there, that's how you put a weapon in the slot you want to put it in this fucking game. Let's drop these arrows too while I'm at it. And these bolts. God damn it! That's not what I wanted to pick up the... Are you beginning to see issues with, like, the implementation of this? It's very subtle. You know, only, like, a truly experienced developer could pick up on how this system doesn't fucking work.
Remind me if you're playing the patched version or not.
No, this is 1.0.
Okay.
The original. Though I don't think they added hotbar stuff. I don't think they fixed the hotbar for any of the revisions. I could be wrong about that. I know they fixed the font So that it has lowercase letters. Novel concept. Is there anything down here that I'm, like, missing? There's gotta be. They couldn't just have... Oh, wait, this down ramp, maybe. Your skin begins to tingle and your hair stands on end. You are obviously entering an area of great power. Alright. Ahead of you is a temple. The architecture is dwarven and quite ancient. This seems to be the source of the power here. This is almost like an impressive, sort of slightly imposing visual here. These constant explosion effects. I remember using one of these for Newgrounds animation back in the day.
It looks like the end of a Star Wars fan film in here.
That's why I pay you the big bucks, Charkie. This room is very hot. As you walk across the floor, your footsteps or something or other cut it off. It didn't give me time to read it. This room is almost unbearably hot. The air here seems to shimmer before your eyes and everything is distorted. Well, I don't see that. I see like the lava textures doing that, which is, I guess, as close to the illusion as they can get. A spider piece floats in the air above a bulging pool of magma. The pieces must be magical, otherwise they would melt in this heat. It's a rock. It's stone.
Stone can melt. That's literally what lava is.
Yeah, but there's other stones in this place, too.
I was going to say, though, granted, if it was hot enough in here to turn rock into molten lava, you would be dead.
I'm just that powerful.
Do not step on those tiles on the floor. You're taking damage from that.
Oh, they didn't give me much fucking choice.
Don't you ever jump on?
Oh, yeah, I guess I do. Think there's any secret doors in here?
I can't get a good grip on them.
Ow. You know, I'm just gonna assume no.
Yeah.
Well, we got the spider piece, which means I think we can get the fuck out of here. But I am gonna thoroughly explore, for better or for worse, the entirety of these mines. I should probably save in a minute, shouldn't I?
Oh, I saw some gaming news.
Oh, lay it on me.
Got Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. They say that if you play with the Legacy style controls, they'll add a filter to make it resemble the original game. Now, they don't say they will like do the Halo Master Chief Collection thing where they switch to the original graphics. They say they'll add a visual filter to make it look like the original game. Which, in my mind, that can only mean like a really shitty CRT.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly.
Filter, right?
Yeah. On top of the graphics that they're absolutely not going to compromise on.
I have seen people argue that some emulators have gotten it. Have you ever seen a decent CRT filter?
No. I also don't think it's an effect worth emulating because CRTs look like dog shit to me.
I think... Okay. I am someone who sees a value in the CRT look because I know how, like, you know, sprites were made.
Yeah, okay. Obviously I get that to an extent. I'm being a little flippant deliberately, yeah. But
I'll say, having said that, I rarely see a situation where I'm like, I wish I had a CRT filter over this. Like, I'd rather be on a CRT.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather to see, like, the plain pixels unfiltered, but again, that's me. Even if it's not, like,
There are some things you can find, though, and I think a lot of it was on, like, PC... Oh, fuck, I always forget what the last two numbers in that is. PC 86? PC 88? Are those
I'm gonna let you
both
hang
valid?
here. I'm gonna let you struggle.
Oh, I'm just gonna leave it.
It's PC 8801, or PC 98, or PC 66. There are several models by NEC. You're thinking of the PC 98 graphics, though, probably. Like the super, like, dithered ones where all the horizontals are doubled, or...
Yes. Because in cases like those, like NES, you can kind of get away with seeing, like, the pure pixels and it'll look fine. Some of those, like, NEC home computer stuff, like, really kind of does look like dog shit if you're looking at pure pixels.
I love the way they look pure pixel-wise, but again, I am a sicko, certifiable. I can blend them in my mind. But no, this is a larger point, though. Yeah, most CRT filters are bad. Most filters are bad. Like, remember when everyone used to use, like, Super Eagle and Super Psi and Super Sampling and all that shit? Remember when anyone thought that was a good idea to have, like, rounded edges on those pixels and, like, weird, like, cartoony smoothing on everything?
Yeah, I still see that sometimes.
Yeah, when I see that, if I see someone using that, like, unironically, I'm sorry, I write them off immediately. That may be, like, slightly... Prejudice isn't the word. That might be slightly, like, elitist of me, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, are you going to besmirch the Square Enix Corporation and their HD remasters?
Yes. I hear their fonts are fucking unreadable, too, in those HD remasters. They look like dog shit.
I'm specifically talking about their older ones, though. Like, the real shitty ones. Before they were like, hey, maybe people want pixel remastered. Maybe they want actual, like... Pixels? Do people like Pixels?
Yeah, they love the Adam Sandler movie Pixels, so I think it's time we start bringing back unfiltered raw pixels. Thanks, Adam Sandler. He kicked off a movement, he didn't even know it.
Vivian King says, do I bring up one of my usual topics of the CRT phosphor blending technique is ahistorical for the most part. Artists did not, and in fact could not have planned with that effect in mind. Okay. I'm not going to argue against you because I'm not coming from a place of knowledge in this topic. But wouldn't CRT monitors be the only context they had for... Like, that's the monitor, right? It's not like... I understand. CRT monitors are different. CRT monitors from each other are different. But, like, you weren't going to have, like, pure pixel accuracy when you were making stuff back then, period, right?
There were reference monitors that would significantly decrease the glow, as it were, or the blending. But moreover, what people were doing when they were working on pixel art was they were doing it, like, in close-up. Like, they were zooming in. They were using paint programs that would, like, quadruple, quintuple, 16 times, like, zoom in on the pixels that you're working on, right? So that you're, like, able to see what it looks like as a raw, unfiltered image. And you're basically, like, having to scale it to see, like, what it looks like when it's at its actual resolution. There were, like, techniques. But, like, ultimately, yes, like, the monitors for a time were just... were cathode ray. Yeah.
And, like, yeah, even if they are working in close-up, like you said, at some point they do have to see it at one-to-one scale.
That was almost a cool effect. Did you see that? That wall, the eyes opened on that statue, and then the skeleton came out from the other side.
Johnny Beckett says, also worth noting that transparency was faked in the 16-bit era via that blending technique. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog did that. It's waterfalls.
Every Sega Saturn game did that because they couldn't do actual alpha channels on that hardware. Let me heal up before I get into this inevitable next fight. And what a fight this will be. This is really one for the ages. Goodbye, Baneguard. Any secret walls here? I just assume that every room has secret walls that I'm not privy to.
Video Game King says, my gripe is that there was so much variance between CRT brands, not to mention how users could alter the hue and saturation, etc. of their own TVs, that artists couldn't rely on players seeing any blending technique they might have incorporated. Well, okay. I will, like I said, I did correct myself as I was saying stuff that, yeah, CRTs are different between, like, there was no one, like, standard of how it should look. And honestly, it's like today, there's no real standard, right? If you get down to it. Like, between, like, the color depth between certain monitors is always going to be different. But that's besides the point.
There is a confused-looking ogre here. Seeing you, he yells, this place ours. Treasure here ours. You die. He seems to have a purpose now.
He's doing some footwork.
To jogger size.
To footwork of an E.
Really want to get around and see this dude. It's the wrong button as always. I love him. This Mr. Bean motherfucker. Let's see if I can... I want to get this for the thumbnail. I want to get a frame of me at his eye level while he's, like, looking my way. I'm sure I got something there. I'm sure I got at least, like, one usable frame out of that. Anyway, time to die now. Oh, I think I leveled up in the middle of that, too. which is always appreciated. We're in some dwarven ruins right now, by the way. I don't know if you've been keeping up, you've been paying any sort of attention. Can't blame you if you haven't been. Yeah, I knew there would be something behind the waterfall here. I mean, granted, it was obviously visible from the sides here, but, you know, good nonetheless. As you enter the hall, you feel a surge of magical power. Nothing happens to you, so who knows what just occurred? Great. Upon entering this room, the water in the pool churns for a moment. Slowly, a water elemental rises up and advances on you. You see a water elemental in here anywhere? Charging at me? Doing anything?
I see a big, flat water elemental on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, look! I think that's supposed to be them. Oh, there they are.
Oh, yeah.
They stepped onto the
he
fire
walked into
and killed
lava and
themselves.
died.
Fuck you, idiot. Might as well rest up. What did this thing say? When you examine the symbol, you notice that it is set to pivot. You give it a little twist and are rewarded with a click. You see no other results. The dwarven war god there.
It's a fidget door.
Oh, here's my guy. This guy ain't attacking me yet. Maybe this guy's a friend. Oh, I know. I gotta get the... Come on, center. Hello! Hi! I'm never gonna get that button right. Oh, I do not have the strength to kill you. I am Stronggad. I almost read that as strong bad. It took every bit of restraint in my body to not read that as strong bad. The monsters of this place have wounded me to the death I fear. Captain Horazak left me to die. If only I were stronger. If only he were dead. Heal me, please. I will reward you. I promise.
Dear Stronggad, how do you type while holding a club?
Tell me about this Captain Horazak. Horazak, that Tanari, he must die slowly. Alright, good luck with that. Now let me talk to you again. Ooh, it hurts to talk. Will you provide healing for me? Yeah, I have a potion to heal, and I don't... 225 XP for that, hell yeah. You have healed me, but Horazak still lives. If you kill him, I will reward you. You have my word. Yeah, we'll get right on that. Can you point me in the direction of this fucking guy? Well, I found your shitter. Hexenhell is saying, I just got here, my eyes were locked on the goblin's balls. Why? Why indeed?
Take a look at his face.
Eyes are up here. Let's see here. Now I need to rest up. Oh, I need to check this door, though, I think. This is the dressing room for the priests of the temple. Nothing has been touched for years in the look of things. Got some dusty-ass boots.
This priest only wore boots. Whoop, up you go.
And boots and cloak and a belt. And down I go, because I accidentally am still climbing here.
Oh, that's what's happening. Okay, I figured that's what's happening. Hey, wasn't there a mirror right there for a second?
No, you're thinking of the other room. You're thinking of the toilets.
No. I thought there was like a standing mirror in that room before you like walked into the wall.
Where the fuck did these guys come from? Oh, they're dead now.
Would you like some Roblox news?
Boy, would I ever!
So it turns out, people are discovering Roblox's anti-cheat, which is it checks for the string x86dbg in any window title. It also checks for like the word Wireshark or Binary Ninja or any other cheat engine in a window title. So what happens is if someone changes their Discord name to x86dbg and then DMs you, you automatically get kicked from Roblox.
Very cool.
Which is apparently a thing that League of Legends did for a while. Was it didn't check for actual like
The presence of those executables is checked for anything that...
Anything that had that string of characters in it was like, that's probably a cheat engine. Kick them.
We're in another big-ass room. Oh, I couldn't open that door, but I could walk through it. This is a problem I've been noticing in this fucking game. Is that, okay. Door opens and closes, right? That's how a door's supposed to work. And now it works. Fuck off. Like, there's some doors you can just walk through. Let me see if I can just walk through it this time. No, now it just works. It didn't work the first time. You gotta believe me, Charky.
I believe you.
Oh, and I think I'm stuck on someone or something.
Guy under you.
Well, that's gonna be a fucking problem because
Make it a good grit. How Do I Even Exist says, we had a similarly stupid process for detecting Bitcoin mining back when I worked at a cloud provider. Someone compared it to checking if someone was running evil.exe.
That most malicious of programs. Well, this isn't good. Let's try something. I want to try...
Back in the AIM days, back in the very early days of, like, chatbots and stuff, the group I was in would, like, invite very, very, very rudimentary chatbots into the room just to fuck with.
Well, this didn't fix anything.
And something I discovered was that the chatbots worked on Family Feud for the SNES rules, where if you had the letters that compose the phrase leave room in sequential order, but not necessarily connected by anything in your message, it would cause all the bots to leave the room. So you could type a long-ass sentence, but as long as the letters LEAVEROOM were somewhere in there in that order, separated by any amount of letters, all the bots were like, oh, leave room? Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. The classic. So I got unstuck. I don't know how I got unstuck, but I got unstuck, and I'm glad for it. This door is locked. Of course it is.
Johnny Baghead says, in reference to our security talk, reminds me of when Wii system updates were trying to fight Homebrew channel in the Twilight Years of Wii support. The updates were just, if Homebrew channel name detected, delete channel, so all the Homebrew devs had to do was rename the file, and that was the best Nintendo could come up with.
Alright, we have a problem here.
Alright. Can't get a grip?
Can't get a grip. Like, I assume this is some sort of switch. Wait, hold on. Wait, no? Okay. I think I want to get back up there. I think I was not supposed to fall through the floor here or something. Whatever happened was not supposed to happen. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
As specific as that is. Now, I do have a potion of flying. We have a few, actually. And I wonder if I can just... Yeah, okay, cool. I can fly. I can sing. Very cool. I don't know how long this lasts for. Hopefully for a while. Oh, secret room? Cool. I'm flying here. Paid off to use that flying potion after all. That was a tough orc. Oh my god, I can't pick up items when I'm in flying mode because it's basically like having no clip on, except there's still collision. Oh my god, come on!
This is a
oh, there we go. It finally landed. And thank you for resubscribing, Soul Stuff. This game reminds me of the N-Gage. Yeah, software rendering at its finest. Alright. As you take the axe, you hear a voice. She's a fine weapon, adventurer, and never failed me once in my life. May she serve you as well. A captured throwing axe +1. A throwing axe, you say? Alright, it's gone now.
Yep. Yeah, you threw it.
That was it. that was the one use of it.
It has fulfilled its purpose.
Did they mean to make that a throwing axe? Did they fuck up? Was that supposed to be like a regular like +1 axe, but they accidentally typoed and left a throwing axe there? You could only ever use the one time. Well, anyway, bye axe. You served me well for the purpose of a bit, the ultimate purpose. All right, so let's just let Sleeping Beetles lie. Nah, these things are no threat to me. This is like the loudest sound effect in the game, by the way, as I'm sure you're hearing.
I don't know why I didn't realize that I had the stream on mute until now.
Okay, this is the example of a door I'm talking about. I'm mashing the use button, can't do anything. Walk on through. Turn around. Now it opens. Now it works like an actual fucking door. How do you fuck that up? This door is locked. I bet if I flip this switch... Johnny Baggett saying, imagine this game in the N-gauge aspect ratio, and...
I mean, if I turn my head...
Yeah, I suppose so. Louise PSC, so what if you throw a knife, it's just gone forever. Yeah, throwing items in this game, you cannot recover, reuse, recycle, etc.
Well, he's saying that it's the same for Cyberpunk. That if you have a knife, which is just like a melee weapon in that game, and you throw it, it's just gone.
Oh, here's a switch. Or here's a series of switches. Invisible floor. Yeah, I mean, you can dull a knife ceiling by throwing it.
Or actually, wait, they're visible. Intangible, I guess, is the word we're all looking for.
I do like these vases on display. In the tinted glass in front of them. Alright, what if I flip the switch now? Oh, cool. That was a seamless effect, the way it got rid of that ramp. Oh, you know what? I bet on the other side of this, this is where we got stuck before. Okay, I know exactly what happened. We were not supposed to get inside of these rooms initially. When I went through that door up there, that secret door, the ramp was supposed to be up here. You can actually see it in the walls here, where the ramp is supposed to appear and disappear. But because there was an enemy underneath it, I got stuck on the top of their head because I got stuck on their collision. And that forced the game, in order to problem solve, to get rid of the ramp early, prematurely, before the point at which I was able to open these doors. So if I did not have a potion of flying, that would have just straight up been a soft lock. Who the hell are you guys? What the hell are you guys? Okay, they're hostile. They're dwarven fighters.
I was gonna say dwarven elementals.
This could also be a thumbnail contender.
No, I like the Mr. Bean one better.
Oh, they're hurting me, so... Wow, dwarven fighters ain't shit. Pushovers, cowards, losers. Anybody home? Any more fighters? Well, hello. You found the hidden treasure vault of the Dwarvish Crypts. Couple healing... Oh, fire resistance potion. Couple rubies. A scroll of levitate. A wand of fear. Pretty decent haul, all things told. Oh! Okay, so we didn't need that potion of flying. This is the axe room, remember? Okay, so... Huh. Now that's probably a way out. But I think there was still a third section here, maybe? This is the way we came. Oh, there's nothing behind this waterfall. Okay. What's underneath it, though? Anything? Can we go climb inside one of these sewers? No. Oh, we just walked through that one. Which I guess is technically what I was looking to do. As you step up the ladder, the roof above you disappears. You know, that is kind of clever how it is a one-way invisible door there. Oh, got stuck on the wall when I'm trying to jump it. Yeah, let's just get the fuck out of here at this point. I got that spider puzzle piece or whatever the hell it is. I unearthed an ancient crypt vault. Something. That's all in a day's work for this intrepid adventurer. Where the hell are we? And I took some damage.
You're asking the wrong. Aren't you wearing the ring of?
No, I forgot to put that on. I also forgot to quick save or save at any point, really. So maybe now is a really good time, a really pertinent time to do it. Oh, you know where we are? This is the hub. This is the second hub. This is where we got to the prison initially, and that one crypt, and...
Super Electric Violence says, this looks like they were 5 years late to the Ultima Underworld craze. They were about 5 years late to publishing this game from Deadline, too.
Yeah, let's give or take. Yeah, okay, so this is the way back. We can totally turn in our quest at this point, since we have that spider piece, but there is something here. There is the Temple of Bane, which we did not explore, and which I know to be an optional content of sorts. Do we dare explore an optional dungeon in this game and prolong our misery that much further, that much longer?
I could take a nap.
Well, you nap up, you rest up, I'm gonna boldly go. It's that much more loot we get to bring back to our good buddy Kelvin.
Do you have like an inventory limit in terms of what you can carry at any given time?
No, we have a bag of holding, which means you have infinite storage. The columns flanking you hold golden skulls with living eyes. They watch you intently. The skull intones, "Hail the Black Lord, Lord Bade, the Lord of Dark..." Hold on, let me redo the voice. "Hail the Dark Lord Bade, the Lord of Darkness, the Black Hand, the Dark One. May his will preserve these halls." Now, I was trying to do the Bane voice, but it wasn't coming out right. So I just put my hand in front of my mouth, and that was close enough. Good enough for this show. This is the Temple of the Dead God Bane, who I think is probably like a pretty big character in D&D lore. I don't know the first fucking thing about him. If you have any D&D heads in the chat.
What little I knew of D&D mostly came from like when I played that D&D idle game that I eventually quit on because I realized it was basically just a job that I wasn't getting paid for. Like having to maintain that shit every day. Sorry. Couldn't get to the mute.
You're fine. It doesn't even come through on mic when you cough or sneeze or whatever the hell you did.
Coughing. Choking on something.
Are you gonna live?
Oh, me? Are you talking to the zombie you're killing?
No, I'm talking to you because it sounds like you're choking and you completely lost.
No, I'll live. I'll live.
Okay. Nebula Abbott saying, Bane is one of the big bad gods, part of a trio alongside Bahal and Mirakrul. This whole thing is tyranny. Well, his crypt is boring. His crypt sucks. There's not even any good loot here. As of yet, so... What's your deal? Oh.
I'm trying to find like any sort of like gaming news stuff on Twitter. Turns out Twitter sucks.
Goodbye, skeleton. You keep doing your thing. Yeah, maybe I'll put you out of your misery. Okay, well, one hit. That'll do it. Oh, yeah, there was that, what happened in the past few days?
I mean, there was
some...
all those different, like, we're having Summer Keeley's Jeffrey Fest.
Yeah, I heard there were some games that debuted there. I don't watch these things live, so...
I remembered some things that looked interesting, and then I don't remember any of them.
I think I was forced at gunpoint to watch a few of them in the Discord. Link to the Discord, please.
Sure.
Folk got me in a call and were like, what do you think about these games? I'm like, I don't know, I haven't seen this shit. And then they had me watch the Perfect Dark trailer.
I haven't seen that yet. I heard about it.
As you may know, I am a very big Perfect Dark 64 fan.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect Dark Zero, not so much. That Game Boy Color game, absolutely not at all. And I know the big discourse right now among fucking morons, among the stupidest motherfuckers alive, is her chin. That's the thing that people are hung up on.
I saw someone refer to it as the woke chin. Like, unironically.
Ay, fucking yay. Anyway, that's not why I dislike that trailer. I dislike it because it's not fucking Perfect Dark. It looks like a Deus Ex. It looks like a bad Deus Ex. It looks like a bunch of canned melee animations. And I know that trailer isn't actual gameplay. I know it's all, like, bullshit. I know it's all, like... You know, it is what it is. It's, like, proof of concept. It's not a real gameplay thing. But, you know, the direction it seems to be going is the direction of a lot of stealth, a lot of gadgets, and then a whole bunch of canned melee animations that will absolutely get old within the first level of that video game. So I color me unimpressed by that. A faint whisper. You seek death in the shadow of Bane's gaze, Defiler? You shall have it. You will become a vessel of pain for Bane's pleasure. Anyway, hate games for the right reasons, people. Hate them because they look boring and interchangeable and like they're chasing trends, not because of the woke chin or whatever the fuck.
Now, I did see the trailer for Street Fighter 6 Season 2. I don't have Street Fighter 6, but I liked it. I liked the characters they're bringing in. I like that Terry and Mai are there. I don't care if it's their default designs, and I don't care if they're like two most obvious SNK characters. I like both of them, and I like there being crossover.
Beware the Bane Death, fool. Leave these halls. You are ill-prepared for the fate you may earn.
I am a little concerned that the timeline they gave for the characters was like... what was it? It was like winter 2024, fall 2024, winter 2024, spring 2025, and then winter 2025. Like, why is there like an entire year between these two characters?
Good things come to those who wait. You recognize the symbol of the mad god Cyric. It would be best... He would have to be a bit on the insane side to want a shrine here, but it is best not to think that. As you near the altar, you feel an evil presence from around you. You quickly glance around the area, but spot nothing out of the ordinary. I think this room is supposed to be scary. This whole thing going on here. Anyway. You can barely see beyond this grate. It looks as though the tunnel has been deliberately sealed. Yeah, it looks like it's just actually not, like, anything beyond this. It looks like just a dead end, so... That parses. Anything else I can do in here? Oh, this could be something. The water flows through this grate, and then it vanishes. Obviously, there's some sort of magic at work here. That's way above my pay grade. I don't know any fucking magic. It's not the class I spec'd into. Is that it? Is that the whole deal with this place? Can I go down here? Can I go down the drain? No? Nice stretch textures here. Like, the soundtrack is at least a little ominous. The soundtrack is at least, like, trying to pull some sort of weight. But when the game looks like this... You know, you can only do so much when this is the sort of 3D rendering you're working with. I think that was the whole dungeon. Unless something unlocks later. I think that was everything there is to do here.
To be Congrats, you won.
All right, we can go now and turn in these quests. What other games were there at the Xbox event? There was Stalker 2. I did not watch the trailer for that.
Coming to Game Pass, so I have a chance to try it. Let's see.
I swear to God, these trailers are just like in one eyeball, out the other for me. Like I watched like a few of them, but I could not fucking tell you.
Okay, so let me see. Here are all the games. I'm not going to list them off one by one. But, I mean, Black Ops 6, obviously, was something they brought up.
Sure.
And the fact that it's going to be, like, over 300 gigabytes. And that you're still going to have a always-on internet connection while doing single-player because it's streaming in the textures, so it's not more than 300 gigabytes. You know, I'm done with games needing to look good. If like this is if this is the thing where we have to have like the most clearly defined and
what if all games just look like this again?
Textures possible?
What if all games, what if all character models just look like this fucking guy here?
That's fine. That's fine. As long as that's just how it looks. I'm okay with that.
Let's go turn in these quests. Johnny Baggett in the chat saying, Doom, there was Doom. Oh, right, yeah, I did see the Doom trailer. It looked like shit.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it looked completely unappealing to me.
It's cool how they're leaning into metal album covers and not into like the gameplay that made like the original Doom cool. I love all this sword and shield bullshit. I also hated Doom Eternal, so I'm very biased. My opinion is not to be taken seriously, I guess. Because I'm the fucking alien. I'm the one person who didn't like that fucking game, I guess.
No, there are plenty of people who didn't like Doom Eternal. I've seen plenty of people not like Doom Eternal. And personally, I liked Doom 2016, but I think that should have been a one and done.
Yeah, that sounds fair to me. In any case, this is where everyone realizes that I'm a miserable fuck when it comes to new games. This is the stream where everyone realizes, like, oh, Cass is just insufferable. they just hate everything, don't they? And now, yeah, it took them long enough, didn't it? It took long enough for me to reveal my true colors. I don't know. I just don't like being marketed to, so I don't watch these events live in the first place. And then I watch all these like trailers that are, you know, all fake anyway. They're all just like proof of concept shit that aren't actually indicative of actual gameplay. And then I'm just like, okay, so what am I supposed to glean from this? What am I supposed to take away from this other than like a general sense of the direction they're aiming for gameplay to potentially theoretically go?
Mute Key's cat says, ooh.
Well,
because their cat stepped on the keyboard.
Maybe their cat is really interested in the Doom trailer and really want to make their opinion known, but lacks the ability to, you know. I'm going to buy some healing potions. Anything else I can sell?
There's a new Gears of War coming, Gears of War E-Day. When are we going to play Gears of War? And not for the stream, I just mean when are we going to play Gears of War? You and me.
Are there like PC versions of those?
Yeah.
I don't know, I never played that shit.
Yeah.
Struck me as like, it's a cover shooter, right?
Yes,
I know, I actually know it's a cover shooter. I'm being a little deliberately dense here. But also, we need to turn in this quest. So let's see what Blackstaff has to say to us.
This seems to be what I was looking for. I find these two pieces most interesting. I believe they are connected and part of a greater puzzle involving the Drow. Keep them safe, and I will research the matter further. Now,
it's pronounced Drow, not Dro.
Your next assignment.
I think.
I feel like I should have known that.
Yeah.
An abandoned temple to Merkel, god of death. Merkel was destroyed 10 years ago during the time of troubles. But dead gods sleep lightly in the realms. If
Myrtle got a grandma of death.
and return it here, you will be rewarded. You will know that you have reached the temple when you have found the Gallery of Skulls, a huge chamber with metallic embellishments.
This is all very ominous.
A long time ago, Merkel took control of my lady.
Urgel's actually a pretty cool guy, don't worry.
Waterdeep. We freed her from his power, but we've had a special reason to hate the acolytes of Merkel ever since.
Prejudiced?
Return with great eagerness.
Alright, something about a wand.
It usually is with D&D.
Let's check in with all our friends here. I thought about doing it earlier, but I realized I should probably advance the game before I checked in on them. I bet no one has anything to say.
Oh, Cass, this Xbox announcement is for you. They announced a new expansion to Fallout 76, that game you bought and paid for.
Yeah, why did I do that again?
I don't know. They keep giving it away for free.
You seem to be doing very well for yourself. Nothing. I've been trying to comfort Sabre, although she won't admit it. She's frightened to death that something's happened to Candy. Nebula Abbott asking, why does our character look like the Disturbed mascot, the guy, by the way? Because there weren't many good choices, okay? They didn't give me much to work with here for the character portrait or anything. I think there's like 12 of them. And this one was the least defined.
That's his name? I was like talking about the Disturbed mascot.
I just call him Mr. Disturbed. Dr. Disturbo. Let's talk to the Mind Flayer. Oh, he actually has dialogue. He actually has something he's willing to offer me for a change. You know how he promised that we could pay 500 gold for advice earlier in the game? They just didn't offer any advice. I understand you've encountered Drow. We haven't yet, actually. Where the Drow dwells in force, my brethren lurk as well. Their attacks can cloud the mind, making the body sluggish. However, one with a strong will can learn to resist this tactic. For 5,000 gold, I will teach you the technique.
Jesus.
Define a strong will. Willpower, strength of mind. I found that many priests have this virtue. Some call it wisdom. So, do you wish to experience this training? So he's going to boost my wisdom stat? Yeah, sure. I don't care. I got 40,000 gold. The Mind Flayer looks at you intently, and for a moment it feels like your head is in flames. It dies down quickly. There, it is done. I would not drink heavily today, but aside from that, you should be fine. Unfortunately, Peacemaker's an alcoholic. Barkeep! Garçon! How about you, my halfling friend?
Barkeep probably shouldn't allow, like, some guy in his bar who's telling everyone, don't drink.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the best business strategy. Well, the hero of Waterdeep returns. I don't know if I'm fit to be in your presence. There's talk you'll be made a lord of the city when you retire. If so, it'd be well-deserved. People really think we're hot shit, I guess. I hear that spectators are on the prowl in Waterdeep. Some people think that Hallister is summoning them for some odd scheme. It would be great if I knew who any of those characters were. This is the lady who gives us, like, different spells and cures and stuff. Which is pointless, because we can just rest and get, like, healed for free. So I don't know what her real purpose here is, unless you somehow got hurt in the bar. This guy is still saying the same shit. And how about our Drow friend, who everyone's recommending we actually talk to?
It's Drow, by the way.
It's too late to change. It's too late to fix it for me. I've been saying it wrong all these years.
It's literally pronounced how it's spelled.
Looks like Drow to me.
Drow. Ow is an ouch.
I've heard that you found the Drow on the upper levels of Undermountain.
God.
This is most distressing. They may have conquered most of the mountain by now.
Hey, I get one free pass on when I mispronounce the fuck out of a word next time, okay?
Alright, that's fair. Well, the brave adventurer returns. Take a rest, madam. You've earned it. Hello there. It is good to see you again. I'd appreciate it if you could... you could look for Kiandi. Or Kianda.
Video Game King's asking how you pronounce a certain word.
How do you pronounce Drozy?
Okay. So other announcements.
Please.
Was this Dragon Age Veilguard thing, which...
I did see the trailer for that. That looked like dog shit.
Is that the new Dragon Age? Because I thought the new Dragon Age was called something else.
No, that's the new Dragon Age.
Answer by ourselves.
Nebula Redeem, say something nice about Dragon Age, Veilguard.
No, I think they were redeeming for this video game here.
Okay.
I don't have anything nice to say about the Dragon Age trailer. It looked bad. Like, you know, that's, like, sorry to be negative Nancy. I mean, I guess that's what people come here for, theoretically, but I don't know, like, all games look bad to me at this point. Something nice about this game? I don't know, it feels like we're going on a quest. It feels like we're adventuring. It feels like we're going deeper into Undermountain. I don't know, progress being made. That's something, right? I feel like I'm on a D&D adventure. I mean, granted, it's the most boring adventure of all time in terms of, like, the DM, in terms of, like, exciting stuff happening, but this is the symbol of the Drow.
Listen, if you say something like that, then the DM is just gonna get up and leave, and if you had a ride of him home, you can walk.
But I think it's on this way to progress. And also let me see what our current quest is. Quest 6, the Black Wand. You must enter an old temple of the Miracle, the now deceased death god, and bring back the Black Wand of the High Priest of Miracle. The temple is certain to be crawling with undead. Okay, say less. Open another scroll right away. What do you have to say, scroll? Warning, there's a ledge ahead which makes a great ambush point, especially for snipers. Worse, I've seen Drow in the area. Colvin Rolander. Duly noted. Oh, we can't even go that way. Whatever. Read some signs. From the looks of it, the waters from above flood this area often. You wonder who or what is relighting the torches. I don't know, probably the people who come in and out of here. Like, we've established that Undermountain is, like, very populated. It's not like, you know, some desolate wasteland that no one comes in or out of. It's a very populated area. A lot of groups make their homes here. There's whole communities of dwarves, of thieves. It could be any number of folk. It could be people who worship the death god. Yeah.
It could be people who thieved dwarves.
Well, that'd be fucked up. To only thieve one specific group of people.
Oh, wasn't that jail you were in last episode? Well, they jailed anybody.
Yeah. Alright, I think this is where we need to go, because this says a Temple of Miracle. And I believe that is our... Well, there we go. I was getting stuck in the wall, but...
One more announced game release I want to bring up.
Please.
Is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Which is only because I hope it's as buggy as the previous Microsoft Flight Simulator was. Like, do you remember the stuff that was going on in Microsoft Flight Sim on release last time?
I remember, like, bits and pieces.
You had the monoliths, like the 200-story tall, like, structures that rose into the sky.
Oh, yeah! Okay.
And then you also had, like, the Void, which were, like, there are certain places in Earth where, like, the ground just sank completely inwards down into like a black hole in the center. And if you flew down it, like, gravity would start warping, like, parallel to the wall. Like, you were still, like,
Hold on.
The ground turned into, like, an inverse, like,
This
pyramid.
would probably be a really nice temple, except for the skull motif in the Death Priests. That's honestly the best bit of writing in this game so far. It ain't much, but that's something. That's, like, almost a joke.
I mean, that's what I want out of a temple myself. But anyway. No, like, the ground would, like, be, like, an inverse, like, mountain or something, like, just going deep into the earth. And gravity would be parallel to the ground. So as you went down into it, you were getting, like, pulled into the walls.
That sounds like the typical flight experience to me. That sounds like what Sully Sullenberger had to go through.
I just want the new Microsoft Flight Sim. Like, I think games like this should have, like, bugged edition, right?
Sure.
Like, you should be able to opt into a build of the game that is just all sorts of fucked up. Like, these are all the bugs that we found that don't, like, break your computer, and we left them in for fun.
Play around
I think
mode.
that's basically how Goat Simulator was made, right? They were like, yeah, we took out every bug that like.
I was gonna say that's just
made
early
the game
access,
crash,
but then Video
and we
Game
just
King
left
beat me
it.
to the joke, so. Alright, so we're exploring this Temple of Miracle. Do you believe in miracle? Where are you from? You deathless god. Up we go. Is a small shrine of some sort. Floating in the air above the altar is a key. What about you? What are you?
I'm gonna regret drinking this thing.
What's this guy's deal? Look at his little feetsies go. Whee! I'm on the swing! That's adorable. What do you think this is supposed to be? I'm sure when I go to attack it, it'll tell us what it is.
1 minute. I drank the energy drink. I had to mute because I was screaming from how terrible this tastes. I think it's a gargoyle.
You think this is a gargoyle?
Yes, and the way he's swinging his feet is cute.
It's a gargoyle. Sorry, buddy. You were adorable, though. But, you know, we gotta do it to it. I got ourselves a skull key now.
Oh, that energy drink is so bad. Jesus Christ.
So, sponsor spot? You think we can get him on the show?
Sponsor us, Costco, for your really shitty store brand energy shots. Ugh.
Ow. Don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to jump that, but...
I need them to stay conscious. But they
hurt so good.
hurt. Yeah, no, they don't hurt good.
Yet another shrine. You seem to be entering this one from behind the altar, and that will need to be moved. Oh, and there is a single priest standing guard to the right. Alright, we took care of that. Alright, this guy's not attacking me immediately. So let's see what he has to say. Let's hear this guy out. You walk on holy ground. Kneel and pay homage to Grumbar, king of the earth below the root of stone. Do you know where I can find a black wand? I have no interest in the whereabouts of a piece of wood. Wood is temporary and weak, but the root of stone is eternal. Will you accept the errand of the great Stone King? You know, sure, let's hear it first. I do not reveal the secrets of the root of stone to anyone unless they first pledge fealty to his purpose. Will you serve him or not? What's his purpose? What's his point? What does he do? Like, you're not doing a great job of selling me on this fucking... You know what? Sure. Indeed, I will serve him. Speak your errand now. There was a sentinel here who guarded the shrine. Macrevia was his name. A powerful gargoyle. But Macrevia rebelled against his duty and abandoned his post and left his shrine to be desecrated. Perhaps he felt like a slave. I won't kill him. What was that?
Where am I?
We're in Undermountain.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I fugued from the energy drink.
That's awesome. Gargoyles aren't very trustworthy. Are you aware of this lore? Indeed. The gargoyle now cowers in the bedchambers of the former High Priest of Miracle. Slay him and return here for your reward.
Wait, did you ask me a question just now?
Don't worry about it. Gargoyles are evil, vicious creatures. I shall gladly slay it. Actually, you know what? Why don't you do it yourself? Because my duty keeps me here. I cannot risk allowing the dead to desecrate Grumbar's sanctum in order to hunt down one monster. Now, will you perform this quest? Yeah, sure. Thus is the bargain struck, and soon weapons shall strike as well. Be off! Perform this errand quickly. Yep, get right on that, boss.
I gotta have these cheesy potatoes, Jesus Christ. Oh, that helps. That helps a lot.
Bye-bye, ghoul.
Oh, I take back. Okay. Remember how I said something about the cheesy potatoes felt like they could do a little better? How you fix that is you have like just some rank fucking crap right before you have the potatoes, and you're like, I wish any other flavor was in my mouth right now.
That's one way to do it. This room is gloomy and has a rather gross skull motif along the walls. The air feels heavy and oppressive. Oh, this must be the gargoyle we were sent to kill.
I don't like how down on skulls this guy is.
Yeah. Greetings, Walker. You're not planning on trying to kill me, are you? Is there... Oh, yeah, you know what? Where can I find a black wand? Find a stick of wood and dip it in orc blood and let it dry. Do this enough times and you will have a black wand. Now that I have done you a favor, will you do me one? What do you want? An evil, hateful man must die. In the shadow of the great stone shrine, he stands, thinking evil thoughts. He enslaves my kind, turns us to darkness in the service of the great stone king. Oh, we're getting conflicting objectives here. Who do we side with? Gargoyles or man?
Oh, the gargoyles are cute.
Alright, so who is this man? What can he do? He is a god, but his followers, the Shardanox Knights, they enslave us, order us so that we must forever must we watch, and never may we feed. Is this not evil? Does he not deserve to die? Keeping a gargoyle from feeding on people like me sounds like a very good thing. Yes, I'll kill him for you. Shardanox Knights sounds like slavery to me. What will you give me if I do it? I know the location of hidden treasure troves. If you agree to this quest, I will tell you where some of them are located. You'll be wealthy. Very wealthy. Do we have a bargain? Why are you killing yourself?
I mean in real life. I am talking to you, player. I will give you these actual treasures in real life.
It's the part of the giveaway. It's part of the sweepstakes that Interplay was running. If I return to the shrine, I may be enslaved again by the magics of the place. No, I must rely on others. Will you kill this accursed slaver? Yeah,
you ever play,
I'll kill him.
You ever play, like... I'm sure you have. You've played like a game show on a video game, you know, like a Jeopardy on NES or a Wheel of Fortune on any given system.
I have in my time.
And you ever notice in those things they always have to specify that anything you win in this game is not real?
Yeah, thereby making the game completely fucking pointless.
Well, I mean, do you think if they were to release Wheel of Fortune, right, for the Switch 2, and they didn't put in the disclaimer that, like, if you win a trip to Hawaii in the game, you do not win a trip to Hawaii in real life, that they would actually get, like, in trouble?
Yes.
That someone would try to sue them for, like, hey, you told me I want a trip to Hawaii.
Yeah, it's called false advertising. And, you know, as dumb as it may be, you can make that argument in court. And that's why that legal precedent exists.
I know. It's so dumb.
Yeah, we live in stupid times, in a stupid world. Also, do me a favore, and I think there's some chat to keep up with after I read this message. This is an odd place to find an altar. The other rooms were all living quarters. Anyway, from the carvings, you would guess that is devoted to Kelemvor, Mirkul's successor as god of death. Well, how am I supposed to fucking know that? I don't know shit about dick in this. Well, I'm gonna defile this shrine, I guess. So yes, if you can scroll up, read some of the messages we've missed.
I don't know what chat is talking about, to be honest. I think they're talking about the Gargoyles TV show and that they were cops. I think that's what I'm gathering.
Alright, hey, so the gargoyle said I should kill you instead of me killing the gargoyle. Mock you? Isn't it mocking Grumbar that you should be concerned about? Perhaps because your overblown metaphors make it rather easy to mock you. What was this overblown metaphor? You return, yet Makriva still lives, thinking his traitorous thoughts and basking in the triumph of his insolence. Why do you mock me by letting him live? I've decided not to kill him. From the earth you were born, and to the earth I now return you. Alright, good luck with that, buddy.
Would you consider your character to be particularly powerful at the moment?
I think
I know you just killed a god.
Oh, that's not a god. That's just one of his followers.
Oh, never mind.
But yeah, I'd say we're pretty adept at this stage of the game. Not taking much damage. Alright, Gargoyle. I killed that guy. You have done me great service. I am in your debt. I shall repay it by letting you live. Do not bother me again in walking thing. I think we got lied to. Did I not tell you to not return? Or perhaps I told another of your kind? You walking creatures all look the same, but looks do not matter. I'm more interested in how you taste. I think we've been betrayed, Charky.
Well. Let's see. When in doubt, kill literally everyone.
You know, let's see how that could alternatively play out.
Yeah, cue the clue music.
But that's how one way could have went, but what if it went this way? And this is how it really happened. Alright, guy. Sorry about this. I mean, not sorry. You're a traitorous dog. So...
Oh, he's a traitorous gargoyle.
Oh, yes, you're right. I always make that mistake. Oh, great. I gotta collect all this shit again. It ain't much, granted. I should probably check what the scroll has to say, too. Oh, wait! Alright, scroll. Daring one, you have completed the task of the gauntlet. You may yet serve the Lord of Dead in life. Contemplate these words, for they are miracles truth. Know me and fear me. My embrace is for all, and it is patient but sure. The dead can always find you. My hand is everywhere. There is no door I cannot pass. There is no guardian who can withstand me. Know me and fear me.
Hugs and kisses.
God. Yeah. Yours truly.
All the best. Sealed with a kiss.
Alright, to face this room again. That's good. Alright, let's go report back to the fucking guy. First kill this guy. And his buddy.
Arbitrary water asks if you're winning.
You know, at the game, yes. But the fact that I'm playing it here indicates that something has gone horribly awry, I think. Alright. You have done service to the King of Stone, and with stone you shall be rewarded. Take this gold with gratitude from Grumbar and his Chardonnix Knights. Alright, so I got money for that.
It's time to run to the lava. Goodbye!
My work here is done.
Is he going to take damage from that? You are.
Yeah, so you'd assume he would have to, too, but...
Unless maybe because he worships the stone god, he has stone feet?
Well, I mean, we just did a favor for the stone god. I still feel like we should have, like, some amount of...
You got gold. That gold is like a shiny stone.
Is there an item there? Yeah, there's like a ring hovering there. Ring of Protection +2. I think I can replace my Ring of Protection +1 with that. And get another point of AC. Yeah, there we go. Wait, hold on. Do I have anything else? No, I feel like we haven't found any necklaces yet in this game. Any amulets or anything that we can... Can I put one of these rings, like, on a chain and wear that as an amulet, you think? Would that be a bit of a cheat?
I feel like some D&D god would look down and go like, no, you can't, no.
A sign. Ring of fire, ring of pain, high above the testing flame. Climb the stones and win the game. What does that mean? I see some little guys here.
Flame elementals?
Fire mephits. So I think they forgot to make the lava herd in this room, so...
Or maybe that ring of +2, like, really did the trick.
Oh my god, just get hit. Thank you.
I feel like that would be a good name for, like, a magic artifact in, like, a RPG or something. Ring of +2. No explanation of +2 what.
Oh yeah, just in general.
Yeah, ring of +2.
Oh, I got a potion of flying. In this cool skeleton face. Alright, time to vandalize a little bit more. Are any of these things...
Johnny Baghead is saying what I was thinking. games with enchanted rings always has the issue of why can't I use all 10 digits? Heck, I even have toes. I can stick at least one ring on each foot.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So like, you could probably fit more than one ring on one finger, too.
You behold that which all men must become, for we are all just exhibits in a gallery of skulls. What the fuck does that mean?
I think that was, like, some lyrics from the first My Chemical Romance album.
Yeah, I didn't love that one. That second one was alright. The one that has Thank You for the Venom on it.
I love the first one. The second one was better, but I love the first album.
You know what album I absolutely hate? Black Parade.
Black Parade should grow on me. I don't care for every song in there, but there's some real good ones in there. House of Wolves is great.
It's too showy. It's too theatrical. I liked them when they were just
I love that.
emo punk band, when there's a hardcore.
Okay. All right. I'm going to throw out something out there. I've said this before, but I mean it. 30 Seconds to Mars, their first album, was really good. They never sounded like that again after the first album.
Is 30 Seconds to Mars the Jared Leto band?
Yes.
Yeah, I just can't imagine them sounding good, sorry.
Yeah, the first album was good, like I said. They never sounded like that again after that first album. Panic at the Disco, their first album, great.
No, I never got
Second album was alright. Second album was them. They really wanted to be Sgt. Pepper. And then after that, I mean, they had some good songs past that, but I feel like usually when a band starts as something and then they turn into something else, that something else usually isn't better.
Yeah, typically. Look at this guy. The text description said that he's standing still as a corpse. I mean, he looks like every other human model I've seen in the game. I feel like I should quick save. I feel like he's gonna send me on another one of those fucking quests. Maybe to kill another gargoyle, who knows? You did not have time for my needs. I do not have time for yours. What? Huh?
Huh?
Hail, wanderer of these fell halls. I am Dowland. Would you hear my tale? Oh, this must be like... What he said first was the response to if I said I don't have the time. So they got the sequence wrong on that, which is something that's happened before, I think. I am a wanderer in the service of Kelemvor, the new god of death. My task is to seek old sanctuaries to Myrkul and replace them with shrines to my lord. One death god's as good as another. Not so. Myrkul was mad, almost as mad as Cyric, and infinitely crueler. Kelemvor wishes to restore justice to death and has overthrown tyranny in death's realm. Now may I speak my tale? What would Kelemvor ever do for me? Protect your body from undead, ensure a serene passage to the afterlife, provide solace to your friends and loved ones when you are not here to comfort them. Now may I speak my tale? Yeah, go ahead, speak your tale, sir. I came here and found an altar of the Myrkul in his main temple, but before I could consecrate it, I read a cursed scroll and became transfixed to this spot. I can't move. He got up and moved 5 seconds ago. Did you see it? Remember before we started the conversation, or like we talked to him, then he just walked over to this corner?
Yep. It comes and goes.
I like this music, by the way. We finally had some vocals in this. And you want me to break the curse. I have one hope. If the altar were consecrated with a flask of dragon's blood, this place would become holy to Kelemvor, and he could free me. Will you take my flask of dragon's blood and consecrate the altar? I'd rather see you spend eternity on this spot. Goodbye. Alright, what's in it for me? I can promise nothing except the gratitude of a servant of Kelemvor. That's it? Do you know how many ales I can buy from gratitude? 0. Forget it! I'll accept your quest. Fuck it. The temple is behind a set of double doors near a small pod and is guarded by 3 skeletons. May Tymora and Kelemvor bless your footsteps.
All right, I want to state my piece. He's walking around.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all good.
I want to state my piece here because Giant Baghead says House of Wolves might be the only song I unironically like on the Black Parade. And you're entitled to that opinion. But for me, Dead, This Is How I Disappear, Sharpest Lives, title track, House of Wolves, and Mama If You Catch Me on a Weird Day. I fuck with all those tracks. Everything else on that album, I can do without.
So I'm just
That
reading the
includes
comment. Video Game
teenagers.
King saying, Peacemaker need drinky. Oy vey. Oh, I almost locked myself in the tomb here. A lot of decent loot here. Short sword +1. It's probably bad to desecrate tombs like this, right?
Why stop now?
Was that a horse or a woman screaming?
Could be both.
It could be,
Could be a
a
centaur.
horse lady screaming.
Yeah, it could be a centaur lady. Like the one in Hercules. I don't remember the character's name. I don't remember any character's name in Hercules except for Hercules.
Is this the altar I'm supposed to, It said it was a room with 3 skeletons. Behind some double doors? Were these double doors? Yeah, I've already completely forgot, like, the quest I was given.
Mute Key says, wait, like the Disney Hercules? No, I mean the Kevin Sorbo Hercules.
Do you think he'll be nice enough to, remind us what he wants us to do?
Is that the door?
You have done me and my lord Kelimvor a great service. Receive his blessing and know that death is no longer to be feared. May your life be as peaceful as you wish it to be. Your characters attain new huh?
You did it!
You receive 600 XP for consecrating the shrine to... I didn't do shit!
You consecrated the hell out of that shrine.
Well, there he goes! I guess
Now,
I
excuse
something.
me, I need to deal with my paralysis.
I wonder if, like, just straight up walking into the right room for that was enough to, like, there was probably, like, a bit of text that we missed. There was probably, like, a brief flash of, like, oh, by the way, you splashed the blood and did the thing, and it's all good and cool and awesome, actually.
Oh. Tell me if you do this with your Taco Bell selections.
Okay.
As I do. When you get, like, the cheesy fiesta potatoes or the nachos or something, where they have, like, a heap of sour cream on it, do you save that for last? Like, the sour cream bites, the last bites?
No, I distribute as much as possible. I dip into it for every nacho, for every bite. I try to get a little bit of it on everything.
I like to get a little bit early on, but yeah. But I think the lion's share of sour cream I try to save for last because that's like my favorite part. I want my meal to end like on a high note.
Bye, ghouls. Hello? Where did you guys come from? Are you friends? I'm gonna guess no.
When I was a kid, I used to be the kind of kid that, like, when I had like a slice of cake, I would eat all the cake first and like save the icing, and then I would eat the icing at the end because I wanted the best part for last. I think that is something I picked up from my sister back then.
When I used to eat cake, I would only eat the icing because the only part I liked. I hated the cake part of cake. Too spongy, not enough flavor. I would just lick the icing off and be like, all right, does anyone want the rest of this that I licked off of? And they'd be like, no, that's fucking gross. Is there something I'm fucking missing here? What was the stupid quest?
Luis is asking if you still have blood in your inventory.
Potion of Dragon's Blood. Yeah. I guess the answer to that is yes. Interesting. Even this game might be slightly broken. Bring back the Black Wand. We're still looking for this fucking Black Wand. I've yet to find, unless we picked up the Black Wand at some point, I just didn't fucking notice. Is it this Wand of Fear? Maybe? Possibly? No, I'm gonna look at the guide, because I don't want to go back and just have Kelvin say, No, there's still something that needs to be done.
I would find it extremely funny if you get to a part in the guide where, like, you cannot figure out what to do, have no idea what the guide is saying, you can't figure out how to progress, and it's because you're using the unpatched version of the game.
I mean, it's entirely possible. And if that was the case, I could. I do have all the patches available. So if I need to, I can patch the game. Click either switch. Secret opens behind the passage, behind the altar. Take the mace, deal with the dead. Go through the skull wall. Climb the ladder, take the key, be over the gargoyles. Climb back down the ladder, go through the door ahead of you. This short passage leads to a small temple. Destroy the altar. Destroy the altar. I think we were supposed to destroy that altar, but I assume that most things in this game don't break when you want them to break. It was to the right here. I think this is the altar that we were supposed to, 1, put the blood on, and 2, destroy now. Maybe, possibly? No. That ain't it. Was the altar in here? Okay, let me reread this guide. Climb back down the ladder through the door ahead of you. This short passage leads to a small temple. Can I climb up this wall? No. Hey, guess what? It's time for everyone's favorite game. Cassidy bangs their head against a bad FAQ, a bad walkthrough. Is this an altar? I'm guessing not. Was it this altar that I defaced already? That I just instinctively defaced? I swear there was an altar that I determined to just, like, fuck with earlier. Maybe it was on the other end of this. Alright, we were here before. I mean, we've been on all the rooms that we could have gone to already. Yeah, this was an altar room. I vandalized the fuck out of it. Ugh. Alright, from the top. I'm gonna take this from the start of this fucking dungeon. Because that's what the game is basically forcing me to do. Alright. This is the way we came. Double doors. Right. Pool and fountain. There's some undead here that you need to be made dead. Ahead of you is the entrance to the temple. Doors locked, so look behind the waterfall near the pool and click the switch you find there. Done. Open doors, head in. Room is guarded by several fighters. Deal with them and examine the pillars in this room. To the pillars, open revealing switches. Huh. Okay. More of this fucking bullshit. Oh. Well, I was just walking through these before. Remember those stained glass windows with the hall mirrors effects on them that I was just walking through earlier? Apparently I was supposed to flip these switches. But... Well, yeah, so I guess I skipped a step there. Not that it fucking matters. Wait, hold on. You remove the potion of dragon's blood and pour it upon the altar. Immediately the liquid begins to hiss and boil. After a moment, the altar dulls and then it begins to shine with a new light. So I guess I actually did what I was supposed to do now. And now we don't have the dragon's blood potion. So I guess this is where we were supposed to go to. All the way back. At the beginning. Ay, ay, ay. 2 of the pillars open revealing switches. Click either switch and a secret panel opens near the altar. Go through the passage behind the altar. And then pass through the wall illusionary in front of a large skull. In the next room is a glowing mace and some undead. Take the mace, deal with the dead. Go through the skull wall to your left. Climb the ladder. Take the key. Beware the gargoyles. Sorry, gargoyles. Back down. Climb back down the ladder, go through the door ahead of you. The short passage leads to a gate at the opposite end. Turn right and deal with some more undead. I guess this guy's just ignoring the quest we did there. Okay. Turn right, deal with some more undead. To your left, there's another door that opens as you approach with the key. Behind the large skull in the center of this room is an alcove with another door. Large skull in the center of this room. What are they fucking talking about? Turn right, deal with some more undead. To your gate... To your left is another door that opens... I think this is what they mean. Behind the large skull in the center of this room is an alcove with another door. This one here. Follow the passage to the door at the end. But that door is locked. Oh. There's a skeleton attacking me through the door. I can't open the door. So this is a problem. Charkie. Oh god, I'm all alone. Oh god. Black key. Gold key. Red gem key. Mace +2. Scroll. Leather armor. What's supposed to be behind this door? Go through the door into the
Sorry,
main...
you caught me while I had to walk away for a second.
It's all good. Go through the door and into the main temple. There are more undead things here. The wall to your left is loosened. Go through the wall, climb the ladder, passes to... Wait. Climb back down the ladder, go to the door ahead of you. This passage leads you to a small temple. Destroy the altar. Continue through this room and out the gate at the opposite...
I figured you were still gonna be reading that guide for another like solid 5 minutes.
Passage. Follow the passage to the door at the end. Go through the door and into the crypts. Enter directly ahead and click on the back wall. I can't open the fucking door because whatever key... I picked up 2 keys earlier and neither of them fucking work. And so what do you fucking want me to do, game? There's a skeleton attacking me through the door. They're having a grand old time. Alright, let's try some... Maybe above, up and over. Yeah, this would put me above that room. You have anything to say? Hail, friend. I hope your adventures are going well. It's going fucking horrible, actually. Because this guide is telling me to do something that I straight up can't fucking do. Oh! So either badly written guide, or badly designed game, or both. I guess I was following geographically. The only way I managed to solve that was because I was figuring, like, this is approximately where that door that I couldn't open downstairs would have been. Is that a bat? Bye, bat. Hello key. The magic gold key, as a matter of fact. It's not just a key, it's a magic key. You see?
Is that gonna get you through the door?
What was that?
Is that gonna get you through the door?
God, I would hope so. I have to assume so.
Hey. There we go. That one didn't even use the door.
I thought I was getting attacked by a skeleton before. Oh, I see.
Ghouls.
Behind the altar. No response. He has nothing to say to me. I'll let my sword do the talking. My sword is not much of a conversationalist.
Oh.
Yeah, I just... Oh! Uh-oh. So I figured out where the secret was. I intuited that there was going to be a secret wall somewhere in this room, but then I did not realize it would open a pit in the middle of the room. That was my mistake. Yeah, okay. Let's try that again with a little less leg breaking. This is like... Okay, this has to be At the end of this passage is a stone altar. Upon the altar, you find the Wand of Miracle, the object of your quest. Okay, got it. Cool. There we go. Mission accomplished. Now I just need to make my way back. And also, I'm going to save, just in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong. But you know what this game is really starting to, like, feel like?
Dead?
It's not even that. Like, yeah, I'm having my issues with it, to be sure. Yeah, it's a buggy mess. Yeah, like, the story beats don't work, and everything is, like, horribly miscued to the point where, like, quests just randomly, like, won't work. Or that I might be, like, missing out on 10
otherwise.
Stuff. But, like, it feels like a JRPG. Not like the JRPGs you think of. I'm talking like an old school JRPG. I'm talking about like a Draga-esque JRPG with the amount of just invisible walls you need to bang your heads against. The amount of just like bullshit you have to put up with.
Which is to say it feels like wizardry.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, wizardry was a Western RPG.
Right. I know. That's the point. Is that early JRPGs were very much inspired by wizardry.
Yeah, but like the style of design I am talking about is specifically the Tower of Druaga school of design of obtuse, hidden walls and hidden requirements to open and to progress and that sort of stuff. You know, that is best embodied today by, I hate to say it, you know, like the Souls type games. Is that formula realized in a way that is actually palatable? This is less palatable. See, the mute key agrees with me, says that as a Draga Kingsfield kind of feeling to it. Like a Kingsfield, that's another good example. That's like probably a better example.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, you can kind of, like, trace everything back to, like, you know, the kind of the adventure games in terms of some of these design things. But yeah, like, Kingsfield is a good point of reference.
I leveled up our climb walls to 95, so I should be able to climb up fucking any wall at this point. Theoretically. In actual practice, absolutely not. Am I going to use this Wand of Lightning Bolts? Maybe. Am I going to use that short sword? No. That mace +2? Probably not. I have a long sword. Why would I use a mace? Wand of Magic Missiles. Wand of Fear. 2 Rings of Protection. I don't need this leather armor because I already have these bracers of defense that are infinitely better than like any of these items that I have that I've been picking up. I can even sell this Ring of Protection. You know, I want to buy. Do you have any armor or slots for Amulet of Protection? That's one of those necklaces I was talking about. This is a slot that we've not found anything like in the game for, so I'll just buy that because money is not an issue in this game at this point. Ring of Jumping, Ring of Featherfall. I wonder what the Ring of Jumping is. I'm sure I'll find one in the dungeon, but fuck it. Yeah, there we go. Amulet of Protection, I'll put that on. We got another diamond, we got another ruby. We have all these lockpicks and absolutely fuck all to do with them because there's been no locked doors that you don't unlock with like puzzles in this game. And also we can't equip the lockpicks to our lockpit slot. The designated lockpicking slot in our equipment screen just doesn't fucking work. So, let's go to Blackstaff and report in.
You have the Black Wand. Excellent. I have waited 10 years for the chance to destroy another piece of Merkel. You shall be well rewarded for this. Unfortunately, I do have some bad news.
Take the good news with the bad news.
There is a small settlement of dwarves who maintain a shrine to the battle god Clangeddin. If anything, the dangers of Undermountain gives them more than their fair share of opportunities for battle. Recently, we lost contact with the temple. This alone would not concern us. Dwarves usually keep to themselves. But there have been reports of numerous undead in the area. It is my fear that these two situations are related. I need someone to go to the temple to investigate. If there are undead present, they must be dealt with.
Yeah, I've been doing that. Yeah, that's fine. That ain't really any sweat off of my back. Anybody have any advice, parting words for us? Updates? No?
This is going to be a weird question for you.
Lay it on me.
Is Jeff Gerstmann in a band?
He was in a rap group, and I think he was in a ska band briefly.
I'm sorry, because I just went on co-host briefly while you were selling stuff, and I saw a link to a YouTube video of a song from a band called Midnight Brown.
Yes, that was the ska band. I think there's another one who was in with Alex Navarro. Okay. That was the rap group.
All right, because I'm looking at this and I was like, that's definitely Jeff Gerstmann.
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
that's classic Gerstmann lore. Temple of Clangeddin, all are welcome. I believe that's where our next objective is. But just to make sure, just to double check, just to see what the name of this quest is. Quest 7, Temple of Clangeddin. You must locate the Dwarven Temple of Clangeddin, discover its fate. Undead have been seen in this section of Undermountain. If they have infiltrated the temple, you must help the dwarves destroy them or avenge them if they've fallen. You know, something that's occurred to me. Remember that prison we liberated? Do you think anyone got out of there?
No.
I think they're all just like, there's no escape, there's no exit. And it's like, we've been out and about.
If you went back there, they'd all be sitting there right now.
I know you're absolutely correct. I know you are like 1000% right, but I'm still tempted. There's still that sick part of me, Charky, that wants to go back there and confirm that. Temple of Clangeddin Silverbeard, Lord of Battle, enter and be welcome. These guys seem nice. Sound of movement can be heard behind the door. It is slow, shambling noise. The shield looks well used and battered. However, it does not look as though it's seen any real battles. A decorative shield, if you will. Oh, gotta put this amulet on. See, we're at AC -10 now. We're getting pretty swole. Thank Torm. Told him to save the party. There's more undead here than in Miracle's realm, I warrant, and I'm getting tired of getting clawed by ghouls. And the stench! Good thing there's no smell-o-vision for this game. Alright, can't open the door.
There was a company like pushing that not that long ago. They were like, "Oh yeah, gamer smells."
Well, no one wants gamer smell. No one wants to smell a gamer.
You put this like thing in your controller, and it'll let you smell the iron and the steel and the smell of smoke from your guns. And it's like, why?
I found a secret door. It was just a regular ass door. Does this look like a secret door to you? This isn't like a secret passage. This is just a regular ass passage. And it's just like, secrets, magic. My powers of observation, unparalleled. Anyway, more zombies to kill. Go on.
I'm wondering. I'm trying to compose my thoughts a little bit. Because I mentioned at the start that one of the things I could talk about is one of my only 2 experiences DMing a game.
Oh yes, please. While I deal with whatever the fuck is happening here. I'm being chased.
I'm making this story up as I go. It's a real story, but as I try to recall it, I had not prepared. Okay. And actually, that's... Like I said, even though this is a true story, saying I'm making this up as it goes is apropos. Because one night, back when I was in college, my friends and I headed to... I don't know where we went, like some like dorm or something, because we wanted to play D&D. And like on the way there, as we're really pulling up, one of my friends was like, hey, do you want a DM? And I was like, yeah, okay, I can come up with something. So I had from getting out of the car to walking to the dorm room and sitting down, setting up, to come up with a campaign. I had never DM'd before. I don't think any of us really knew the rules. What is happening on the screen?
Yeah, I think they warped in, but they warped in the same coordinates as one another. Apparently, there's supposed to be a priest in this room who said to slay the intruder to these skeletons, but...
Anyway, so we really wanted to play D&D. Like, we bought a bunch of books, we had a bunch of tiles, but none of us knew what we were doing, and they just asked me to DM, like, on the way upstairs, more or less. So
improv skills.
Right. So I'm trying to remember, how did this campaign go? Because it was a strange one. I don't think I'm gonna remember all of it. And I think I've said one of the jokes in this campaign once before. But I do remember that I just wanted to test them for the most part. I wanted to test how much bullshit they were gonna be willing to put up with, and like how much they could take themselves out of any sort of expectation that they had for things and go like, well, okay, I guess what did I think was going to happen?
We asked a random person, the DM.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but in a situation. So, like, I had a thing where they walk into a room and there is one wolf sitting on, like, a pillow. And the wolf has some scrolls next to him. And on the wall next to the wolf is a diploma. And the wolf is wearing a scholar's cap. Unbeknownst to them, this is just a normal wolf.
It ate the scholar. Yeah, it just put the hat on.
No, it didn't eat the scholar. It didn't eat the scholar. Like, someone came in, gave it all of these things. Like, the meta plot of the thing, like, they were there to save a princess from a dragon. Like, I made up the most generic thing. But the meta plot was that this dungeon was taken over by a bunch of people who wanted to try and make societies for the animals. Because they all felt that the animals had human intelligence, which they don't. But they wanted to, like, try and put them in a situation in which they would develop that intelligence.
It sounds like the worst Fallout vault of all time.
Yes. So in this instance, they put a scholar's hat on a wolf, and they gave him some scrolls, and they put a diploma behind him in hopes that this would foster intelligence.
All right, you do the rest. We did the hard parts.
Yeah.
The easy part's learning to read and write.
So there's just this wolf sitting there, and the entire party spends, I would say, 5 minutes trying to converse with this wolf, who has no intelligence and is just a wild animal, and it's not, like, actively hostile to them. But they keep pushing it so much that it eventually attacks. Because they will not give up on trying to communicate with this wolf to the point that they get angry at the wolf for not talking back to them.
I mean, can you blame them? I'd be doing the same shit, honestly.
Also, at a certain point, one of the party members, who's like our mage, casts Magic Missile. And I didn't care that Magic Missile doesn't miss. I had him roll for it. and he hit a -1. Not a -1, he hit a 1, I'm sorry. But it might as well have been a -1 because I am of the school that if you roll a 1, you have fucked up. You have fucked up to the point where the rules of reality will change themselves. So I tell him, your Magic Missile misses, goes down the hall, and you don't see where it is. It's just gone. So, I have him do some stuff. I do like one room of fighting something and one room of bullshit. And that's like the pattern. Fight something, bullshit room. Fight something, bullshit room. While they're fighting like some goblins or whatever, and also these goblins are in a room full of books that they have mostly eaten. But as they're fighting, I tell the mage, hey, roll to dodge, roll agility, or whatever. And he rolls, and he succeeds. And I say, your Magic Missile enters the room again. You just narrowly dodge it. It flies out the hall you came from, and you don't see where it went. This Magic Missile haunts him for the entire playthrough. Like, every room or like every room or every other room or whatever, I roll for him to say, like, hey, see if you dodge something that's about to come in here.
Like, this is all shit I would do, to be sure.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, if I was on the receiving end of it, I would also just, like, walk out of the room. Like, you know, it's
to his credit, he continuously dodges it. He never gets hit by this fucking thing.
Halt, madam. What are you doing in the halls of the dwarves? State your business. I seek to discover who is responsible for the death of the dwarves and avenge them. Or what do you know about the slaughter? Let's lead a little soft first. You have not convinced me that your purpose here is benign. I shall not assist until you've done so. I am Peacemaker. I'm investigating a disturbance in Waterdeep that can be traced to Undermountain. I heard Mert mention some adventurers on a mad quest in Undermountain. I had hoped I would meet this person. How can I help you? What do you know about the slaughter? The drow did it. In response to the dwarven attempts to flood the kobold lair at the top of the mountain. And then they brought in Morik to desecrate the remains. A terrible, terrible thing to do. So the dwarves are trying to flood the kobolds at the very beginning of the game. Apparently. Who's Morik? An old priest of Velsharoon, now a lich. He made a deal with the drow for control of this place. He's filling it with legions of undead. How can he be stopped? I was attempting a ritual consecration of this chamber. Once completed, this room will be a strong point that I can use to remove undead influences from this place. But the ritual is a very, very long one. If you can keep the undead at bay, I would be grateful. Yeah, I could do that. I think we're about to defend this guy. Alright. Ready when you are. How much longer will the ritual take? Unfortunately, the presence of undead here is still very strong. It may be beyond my power to sanctify this place today, but there is always another morning. Well, that's fucking worthless, then. What good are you, dude? Or does he want me to kill more undead before? Is that, like, what he's telling me, but they're not, like, conveying it properly because this game is badly written? What else do you have to say? I seek rest and healing. My healing abilities are small, but I'll do what I can. Alright, he cast Cure Light Wounds, and it didn't heal me at all. So, I guess that's just broken. You feel a surge of magical power, and suddenly you have company. It'd be a little more intimidating if they weren't just basic skeletons that can kill in one sword swipe, you know? Anyway, how did the campaign end? With you getting kicked out of the dormitory, I imagine? I'm not
at the end yet.
Oh, boy.
We still got an hour of the stream left, so it's not going to take me a full hour. This part, I think I have told before, but there was one room where there were 2 long hallways leading to doors, and there was some sort of goblin or whatever, or gremlin, standing at the crossroad between them. And he was... I'm not going to do a voice, but be assured, I always did a voice
of course
when I was doing stuff.
No doubt.
But he was like, welcome, travelers. Before you are 2 hallways, one of which will lead the way out and further into the dungeon. And one path in that room will spell out your certain doom. And you may ask me any question you want, but know this: I only tell lies. There was no other one who only tells truths.
No, of course. It's...
Or anything. He was just straight up, I only tell lies.
It's just opposite
and
day, the guy, yeah.
And they were like, so you're lying to us right now? And he's like, no, I mean, I will only tell lies in reference to when you ask me a question about this stuff. And he's like, and the party's like, but we just asked you a question. We just asked you if you tell lies. He's like, no, I'll tell. That's not how this. Okay,
look, we haven't started yet. Okay, opposite day starts in 5 minutes. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's what he was like. He was like, okay, no. When you ask me a question about the hallways, that is when I'm going to lie. And they're like, but this question pertains to the hallways. He's like, shut up. Ask me anything about which hallway leads to the room that spells your certain demise, and which one leads to the way out, all right? And then I'll lie. That's how this works. Got it?
What a great improv partner this fucking liar is.
So they say, like, They ask, which way will lead to the room that spells our certain demise? And he's like, the one to the right. So they pick him up and they just throw him down the hallway.
Oh, yes.
On the one to the right. And then there's a pause. And then he walks back in angrily. He's like, it's not just down the hallway. Like, you have to go through the door. Through the door is a certain demise. It's not just like, you can't just like walk around the corner and you see like, oh, it's my certain demise. Like, no. Go through the door first. And they're like, well, we're going to take you and have you open the door. And he's like, yeah, fine, sure, whatever. So they take him down the one to the right.
People are saying you've told this on stream before.
I'm going to finish the story.
Well, let me read this first.
Sure.
There are no words that can spare you, but your fate shall be a glorious one. Our master shall succor you. Ooh. You don't say. You shall join the ranks of those who have cheated death. And miss my funeral? Are you mad? Who's your master? I think I'll kill you instead. I'm going to say, and miss my funeral, are you mad? You are jesting. You shall find such tomfoolery will not be missed beyond the grave. I picked up a dwarven sword, by the way. It seems okay. Not as good as my other swords, so fuck it. Continue.
So they force the thing through the door on the right, and it is the way forward. He's like, you see? I told you. I said the path to the right leads to your certain demise. It leads to the room that spells your certain demise. And they're like, but you said you were lying. And he's like, just fuck off. He goes like, fuck off, just leave, all right? I don't want to deal with you anymore. So they go back to the room they came in, and then go to the left hallway to spite him. And go into the room. And in the room is just a sign that says your certain demise, as it was going to be spelled out for them. And the goblin walks in, and he's like, what the fuck did I tell you? What did you think was going to be in here? So they just killed the goblin.
As you do. After dealing with that much bullshit. I can't blame them.
This is their fault.
For asking you. It's their fault for asking you to DM is the only thing I'm getting from this.
is part of that. But also, I set up the rules very explicitly for them. And they just did not play along with it correctly. So it was like, it's their fault. Again, it's their fault they asked me to DM. One of the rooms was Rat Town. It was a room full of rats, and there was little tiny rat-sized houses, and there was one rat that had a little sash that said the mayor, and he had a little rat top hat. And again, the rats were not intelligent, but they all were very respectful to the mayor. They couldn't figure out how to get out of the room because it was locked until they decided to give the rat mayor some little nuts and berries from their rations. And the rat took the berries and he ran over to a switch and he pulled it and the door opened because rats are smart.
Goddamn right. Also, I some of the weapons I picked up, some of the dwarven weapons, I think I put them into these shields here. I slotted them and it did something. It probably unlocked some doors or something. So I'm making progress. Wasn't even cognizant of the progress I was making, but apparently I was doing good. I've been on the right track.
There are like 3 more rooms I can remember. One of which was I was trying to find anything to do with the tiles because the tiles are pretty useless. Because the thing we were doing was such bullshit anyway. It's not like I had time to think of what to do with the tiles. So I found one tile that was like a bearskin rug, and I just put it in the hallway. And I said, "Oh, the door's over there." And they try to walk over to the door, and they get attacked by the bear because it was a manta bear.
I see.
They got rid of it in a creative way. They stabbed it with a sword, so it got stuck into the floor because it's just a flat bear.
That makes sense.
That worked out for them.
No, that works. Can't fault them for their ingenuity.
They went in. They found themselves in a room with 8 doors and 1 goblin in the center. And the goblin said,
Answer me, my
Welcome.
riddles 8, and
Yeah.
of these doors you shall hate.
Yeah, he said, welcome. One of these doors will lead to the way out, but I only tell lies. And he said, and before you ask, another goblin told me earlier, he sent me a magical wire earlier and said to tell you, don't fuck with me, you know how this shit works. So they ask, okay, which door is the wrong door? And he says, that one over there. So the team finally learned how to interact with this, right? So they go into the room and there's a big fuck off dragon that's going to kill them instantly. So they immediately hightail it out of there, and the goblin says, I forgot one other detail. I don't know which is the right door. So they kill him.
Fortunate for that goblin. Unfortunate, I meant to say. Can't find good help these days.
So they get out of there, and they stumble into some sort of portal. And I tell them they have stumbled into the dimension of chaos. Yep. Go on.
No, it's
Nope.
the guy hasn't updated. He hasn't cast his spell yet. I'm hating this place, by the way. It's very it's more straightforwardly laid out than a lot of things we've done so far. But for whatever reason, I am just walking around in fucking circles and hating it right now. Ugh.
Where to leave off? Right. So they fall into a portal, and I say, you've stumbled into the realms of chaos. The realms of chaos was, I took every tile I haven't used yet, and I just dumped it on the table. And I was like, yeah, figure this shit out.
Sort it out.
Yep, sort it out. They had to fight a rat, but the gimmick was that I just kept changing what the thing was. I just kept saying it was something else entirely. It never actually changed. It's just the nouns I used were different every time. Because, I was being as annoying as possible.
Oh, you don't say.
On purpose.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. This is how I have fun.
Again, it's a thing where, we would have been best friends in college, probably, but also, it would only last for so long before both of us annoyed the shit out of each other at some point, I think. I think we would just, we keep upping it. We would keep, trying to one-up each other, and eventually it would become, an arms race of annoyance.
They expected this from me. Anyway, they eventually get the princess. They don't really save the princess from the dragon. They save the dragon from the princess. Is the whole
is the
gimmick.
Joke? Is the twist?
Is the joke? Just because the princess ran away to be with the dragon is
get this lady away from me! I can't stand her.
Pretty much. So they go back to the king, and he's like, congratulations, I have your rewards prepared for you. And I say what each of them is going to get. It's something specific. I ask them anything you want, and they each say a thing that they want. The thief wants gold, and the mage wants a magical item. And the king is for what you've done, you truly deserve this. Thank you so much for rescuing my roll to save. I tell the mage to roll to dodge again.
Hit by the magic missile.
Magic missile comes in and he dodges it.
But then the king dies to the magic missile.
No, I say roll to dodge again and he dodges it. I say roll to dodge one more time and he dodges it. And I say the magic missile hits the chandelier on top of the thing, falls down and breaks. And the king's like, I know this is your fault somehow. Get the fuck out of my castle. And that was the end of the campaign.
What a waste of time. What a waste of everyone's time and patience. Well played, Charkie.
Oh, they liked it. They liked it. They had fun. We were all on the same wavelength with this one. Okay,
fair enough then. Yeah, no, I spent my entire college just being drunk and playing Modern Warfare 2, so, it's and other things. So I didn't do much socializing.
The other time I did a campaign, I was trying to be more serious with it, and it was something I actually did kind of have planned out future things for. And I think the gimmick of the one session that we did was a town was under attack by the undead, and they had to choose like where they were going to go that day to try and protect. And they chose to go to a farm.
Gotta keep that grain intact, yeah.
And I was like, okay, like, give me a second, because I'd prepared, and I got something, and I brought it back in. And they meet a dwarven farmer, and he's like, listen, there's a whole horde of them coming over the horizon, right? They're going to be here any moment. And I thank y'all for showing up, but just you guys alone are not going to handle it. Thankfully for you, I've got something. And I had something on the table I had put there with like a little blanket over it. And I pulled the blanket off, and I had made like some sort of like Lego contraption on wheels. And
like a catapult of sorts, or
in fiction, it was a giant thresher. And the dwarf was like, this is the Threshmaster 3000 or something. Like, this is just going to steamroll all of the zombies. It is not quite ready yet. I need y'all to help me with this, and I need y'all to fend them off. So they had to choose who was going to fight on any given turn. And on any given turn that one team was fighting, the other team was building this Lego thresher.
Yeah, taking turns.
And at the end of it, they managed to, figure out, who was going to do what. They fought off enough zombies that the teamwork in the thresher could finish. And then they're like, all right, stand back. And the thresher just kills all the zombies. And I did that by just rolling the fucking Lego thing over the little miniatures we had.
Very good. A practical effect, if you will.
Yes. They enjoyed that too. And that was, again, a more serious one, but I still wanted to do something dumb.
I was joking when I promoted this stream on Twitter and on co-host and in the Discord. Link to the Discord, please. And I said that people who want to start a D&D podcast should have to sit through and enjoy this game first, just because I think D&D podcasts are fucking hacky. I would rather just, if I really want to play D&D, I'd go out and find people to play D&D with, as opposed to listening to other people vicariously enjoying D&D. Same thing with video games. Imagine watching someone just play a video game and not playing it for yourself for 3 hours at a time.
I've been imagining it for about the past 2 hours and 18 minutes. But go on.
But it's I say that because most D&D campaigns, it turns out, are just fucking boring. People who think they're funny are not actually funny. For the most part, when they try to write clever stuff, it just doesn't work. They take it too seriously, because they still root it too much within the dumb lore of this goofy fantasy thing that was all made up on the spot 50 years ago or whatever. They treat it it's meant to be taken seriously. But maybe that's just my perspective as someone who doesn't take anything seriously. I guess this is all a roundabout way of me saying that I would play a tabletop campaign with you, but we would not record it or share it with anyone. Yeah. I would do it just for funsies, because I'd have to hold true to my convictions in some capacity. I have to... Oh, it's an amulet of shield. It's a big-ass amulet. That was bigger than me. But hey, we found another amulet. Another amulet! Look at these fucking things.
What's this one? Protection plus 2.
Not half bad loot. I really hate this dungeon. There's this whole series of rooms is identical to a previous series of rooms. What is Amulet of Shield?
I feel like I saved my story for a good place then.
It doesn't tell me what the Amulet of Shield does. I just have this Amulet of Protection 2. What's to differentiate between the two? What makes this different? It doesn't affect my AC at all. That's for goddamn sure.
Protection might be elemental and shield might be physical.
No, because the protection was affecting my AC. If I took the amulet off, I'd be at AC minus 8, as opposed to AC minus 10. So it's not that. It's a good guess, but not in this case, apparently. I have to navigate using this so I don't walk into the same area for like a third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth time. Yeah, enjoy while I play the postage stamp version of this game for right now. Oh! You hear a click from over your head and to the left. Oh, I was here before. Ah, more dead things. Somehow you are not really surprised by this. I already killed the skeletons that spawned when that message popped up.
Johnny Bag is surprised that we have a map and did not know that we always had a map.
Yeah, we've always had a map. It's just useless because it kills the frame rate in the game in more dense areas. It is the same sort of map they use in Descent. I don't know how to move the map around in this game. It's also just not particularly useful to me at this juncture as I walk around in circles because the walls here are all untextured. These rooms all blend together in this wireframe model past a certain point. I'm not like learning anything from looking at the map. What's even our fucking objective at this point? Let's locate the Dwarven Temple, discover its fate, undead have been seen, help the dwarves destroy them, or avenge them if they've fallen. Have I done all that? Did I do that? I'm looking at the FAQ, I'm looking at the walkthrough, fight the undead guard, rest spot, use it, to your left, open the wall flanking the door, you set the see the two shields that are missing weapons, I did that. Go through the door, go through the gate, turn right, illusory wall, click the switch, return to the room. You'll see the wall to your left is open, revealing a long passage. Continue down this hall and through the door at the end. We're in the Dwarven crypts. Okay. So, right, now I just need to figure out how to get back to where I was, to where I once belonged.
The mute key asked earlier. I still don't understand what an actual play podcast is, like why it's called that. I would think just to differentiate itself from Let's Play, because they were kind of like coming up around the same time. I could potentially ask someone. I know one of the original actual play groups. I'm in contact with some of those people.
Get us some answers. Alright, I'm looking here. Wall in front of you opens, revealing the portal. Go through the portal, appear on the walkway above a shrine. Dwarven longsword, take the sword. Behind each shield, the two dwarven weapons will appear in the shields. Go through the door between the shields, fight the undead. Go to the gate ahead of you, and immediately turn right. Okay, I must have overlooked this hallway like a dozen times. No, I have been here. I just missed, like, a singular enemy, maybe. Or they spawned late. You have anything to say, buddy? No. Yeah, where is this? Yeah, I thought I've been through this area before, unless there's some secret bullshit in here. Go through the illusory wall, click the switch, and return to the room. You'll see the... Okay. So there is something to be done. Oh god, I'm lost again already. Doesn't take much. Okay.
That ground you?
Yes. We opened this door by putting the things in the shields. This guide says, immediately go right. Wait, hold on. Click on each shield and the two dwarven weapons that you found will appear in the shields. Go through the door between the shields, fight the undead. Go through the gate ahead of you and immediately turn right, is what they must mean. Okay, yeah, I did this already. Way ahead of the game. Go through the door between the shields, fight the undead. Go the gate ahead of you, immediately turn right. Go through the illusory wall, click the switch, return to the room. You'll see that the wall to your left is open, revealing a long passage. Wait. This isn't right. Is it? Sorry, so the illusory wall. This is nothing. I'm supposed to open some sort of passage here. Oh, wait, they mean, like, as you exit the room to the left. This is a horrible guide. I just want to say that the only guide that exists for this game is fucking horrible. That the formatting is all off, the descriptions are terrible, it has none of the subquests, none of the details of, like, anything. I am so much just, like, winging so much of this at this point, having to interpret. Continue down this hall and through the door at the end. There was nothing like that. The wall to your left is open, revealing a long passage. Where was the long passage? I didn't see no goddamn long passage. Like, this can't be the way I'm supposed to go. There has to be something else the game is trying, that this guide is trying to hint at. There has to be some other bullshit. I hear stone moving nearby. Looking for a long fucking hallway. Both of these are not long hallways. Both of these just culminate in, like, huge, pointless labyrinths with some items in them. Do they mean go back all the way over here? Why would they describe it as a long hallway, Charky? I don't get it.
Maybe long is relative?
There can't be anything else here. There just can't be anything else here. A click from over your head and to the left. Over your head to the left. Now, I presumed the 15 times I've read this previously that it was just opening this door up here. Unless there is something else in this fucking room.
Also, just to put a cap on all my D&D stories there. Past those 2 times, my group never played any D&D. Because despite the fact that everyone was like, yeah, let's play D&D, and they dropped a whole lot, we've dropped a whole lot of money collectively on books and tiles. No one else wanted to DM. No one else wanted to put in the work to DM. And the only DMing I could do was like to fill in when they were like, I don't know, can you do something, please? Like they're like, I'll come up with something eventually, and no one ever did. So I've never actually played D&D, I think. Not counting when I was in high school, and I barely call that actually playing D&D. I was in an RPG club, and everyone was fucking around in that thing. Which is where I learned, like, the DM of that game is where I got my habit of rolling a 1 means the laws of physics will break so you can have some sort of comedic pratfall.
This must be something. There's a divot in the wall here. I can't climb the wall to do anything, even though I have 95% wall crawling. Could it be shoot an arrow at it? No.
No.
Guy doesn't say anything about needing to fly up there, but you know what? At this point...
Dave?
Potion of toughening, I'm sure if I had like levitate as a scroll that I could just like cast spell with. I fucking hate this game at this point. You're stone moving somewhere below you. The guy didn't mention any of this shit, by the way.
Maybe that was supposed to come later?
I fell, even though I'm flying, I somehow fell 23 feet.
That's not incorrect in the strictest sense.
Also, I actually feel like a halfling now because my character model suddenly feels a lot shorter. Maybe the ceilings are higher or something, I don't know.
You're flying against the ground.
No, I think I ran out of flying, which is how...
Oh.
Yeah. Let's try... Yeah, now I feel tall again. And now I feel stuck.
You fell 5,000 feet.
Flying expired. As you near the door, you hear the lock click open. The door is securely locked and you don't appear to have the correct key in your possession. Fuck! Oh, I just walked right through it. So the key didn't matter? A voice calls to you. So you have found me at last. That is a mistake, my friend. A deadly mistake. You shall serve me or join my ranks of undead.
Go for the serve.
Alright. What is thy bidding, my master, who can appear through geometry?
Is he the master, or is he just... I think he's just one of the thralls.
Who's to say? Oh, there he goes. I was waiting for them to try and draw first blood. So I'd be justified in everything I do afterwards. I'm trying to think of what this game would be like if it was less buggy. If speaking of, something happening here. There's something wrong with the perspective here. Oh, I see. My head was like right inside the shoe.
Be like Ultima Underworld.
But worse. Welcome, stranger, to the sanctuary of Clangeddin, dwarven god of battle, mock laughter. Let no evil disturb the dead of this place. You don't look like a priest of Clangeddin. Laughs wickedly. No,
I want to believe he said that out loud, like that last wickedly. No.
Although Clangeddin loved death and battle, and I've certainly brought both to his domain, perhaps in an odd way, I am doing him an honor. Clangeddin, what a joke. The most foolish of a pantheon of dotards. That sounds like a slur.
I think you mispronounced it.
Dotards?
That sounds more correct.
I don't see becoming undead as a wiser choice. Yes. Pause. Oh, you meant that as an insult. I'd best kill you for that. Alright, so I'm fighting a Lich now. Or Lich.
Lich.
Unfortunately,
people get on my case for mispronouncing words.
And I'm stuck in a wall. I took 2 steps backwards, and I walked into a wall. Unless this magical stone thing is turning me into stone or something. He keeps casting magic at me. It's not doing much. I'm just stuck in geometry at this point. Yeah, he's having a field day casting.
Can't kill you if you're in a wall.
I wonder if switching to this perspective, I wonder if there's anything I can do from... Yep, okay. There we go. I figured out a way out.
Ow. Yeah, I think I looked away for a second and yours out.
I switched to inventory view, and that made the frame rate higher, which I think enabled me to do some movement that got me out of the thing. I still need to figure out how to get to the other side here. Ow! He finally hit me with something. Well, you know what? I do have some wands here, so... You like the casting sound?
Are you calling him over like a dog?
Here, boy. I don't even know why I'm using these wands. They're useless. Let's just use
you are doing damage to him.
Look how much faster I can do with a bow and arrow, though.
And that is true. I mean, what else are you going to use the wands for?
Got him.
Oh no, my one weakness, 50 arrows in my ass.
Alright, now how do I get over to the other side now? I don't want that gold going anywhere. I wonder if there's like a secret wall or puzzle thing going on in this room somewhere, possibly. Oh, the voice is still calling to me. The Lich is still shit-talking me from beyond the grave.
It's a pre-recorded message. It's like just play on a cassette tape.
Why did I think that would do anything? How am I supposed to get in here? Maybe this... Click this... Okay. Go to the left-hand alcove and then through the left-hand wall, another illusion. Yeah, I think I did skip some steps at some point. There we go. Wait, oh, more skeletons spawned. Oh, that leveled up again there, by the way. Oh, he had 93 gold. What a prize. Anything else in here? No, that was it. I guess that was the quest. I think we did everything we can do down here. Which, I mean, everything I care to do.
You just go back up to the surface and find that guy and be like, I ran out of stuff to kill. I don't know. Are you good enough?
Is that good enough, boss? I'll take another treasure chest full of gold, please. You know what I wish this game had? A potion or a scroll that you could just use and it would just take you back to Clangeddin. No matter where you are in the dungeon. Just having to do all this fucking backtracking every time. The game would just be like, alright, yeah, you make your way back. Or just like, yeah, you magically warp. It's all good. I'm stuck. There we go. How the fuck do I get out of here?
Asking the wrong person.
Oh, I got it. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Now all I need to do is find the way we came in here. And I'm going to do it at 5 frames per second. Because that's how I fucking roll. Oh, where does this go? Does this go across? Oh, no, it takes me all the way back here. Okay, so that's a trap.
Oh.
That's walking around in circles. Maybe this is the exit? I see orange. I don't know what the color coding is supposed to mean.
New leaks dropped.
Ooh.
This comes from Wario 64. And from Epic DB, which is a Steam DB equivalent.
For Epic Games, I imagine.
Yeah, and it appears to be leaking many unannounced projects under code names. The one that catches my interest the most here is a Final Fantasy IX remake.
Sure. I mean, did they even finish the Final Fantasy VII remake? Is that like a complete, like, beginning to end story?
They're 2 out of 3 on that one right now.
It feels like they're skipping a step here. This feels like they're not finishing their plates.
Oh, there's no date. I don't think there's a date attached to any of these. Is there? No. It's just like...
I mean, it could also be bullshit, too. You know,
it could
also be.
Granted, I mean, it says here, Final Fantasy IX Remake, parentheses, Momo, because there's a lot of things here labeled Momos. I guess, according to someone, Momo means Final Fantasy IX. What doesn't seem great is that it seems to be DLC associated with it too. Tetra Master Starter Pack and Thieves' Knives bonus.
Very good. I'm glad they've already got that stuff schemed. I hear you found the dwarves slaughtered in the Temple of Clangeddin. Those poor dwarves. Those poor dwarves. Yeah, I'm real torn up about it too, buddy. Well, I hope you dealt the Drow a serious blow. Their presence near Waterdeep bodes ill for us all. What about you, buddy? Hello, girl. It's good to see you alive and well, rather than gorging a spider's larder. No idea what that means. I think he's insulting me, maybe.
Video Game King says, I think they mean Final Fantasy IX remaster, like the 8 one they did. People in chat are mentioning that there already has been one that was on console. And also, I would add that I think if they were just selling like upscaled, emulated remaster of Final Fantasy IX, they wouldn't have DLC for the card game that's in it. I don't think they would. I think that would be too much work for them to do, unless they were making a straight up remake.
You would presume so. But you might presume wrong.
Shall see. I mean, maybe Momo is just a game from Square Enix called Momo. The hit new franchise, Momo.
I'm going to sell some stuff, and I think we might be done for the night. I think we've accomplished much of what we set out to accomplish here. It's cool how there's no in-game item descriptions to like spell out what the difference between these items would be. It just relies on you to understand like AD&D mechanics and understand item descriptions.
It's like in real D&D where the DM is like, you get an amulet of protection, and you're like, okay, what does that do? And DM's like, I don't know.
Sounds cool though. Jealous much. Selling all these spells I could be learning if I had picked any other class. Anyway, any cool armor worth buying? No, I bet +2 is probably like the peak of items in this game. Or maybe not. There's still too much to go. I mean, I think we're 3/4 of the way through the guide. Maybe even more. Maybe 4/5 of the way through the guide. 3/4 maybe. Somewhere in that range.
Will be the last one.
God, you would hope so. You know, we could get a mission briefing from Blackstaff, or I could just save that for
yes,
because I know that I've completed my quest.
Yeah, I think that's wise. So we don't come in next time and go like, "What happened?"
Let's quit out of that. Quit while the quitting is good. Quit while we're ahead. Ay, ay, ay. Charkie.
Yes.
So goes another episode. We've descended even further into Undermountain. And what do we have to show for it? Some swords and some stories.
2.5 hours of video.
You know, sick as it may be, like, again, I'm glad to have the stream. I'm glad to have the show, because otherwise I would not play through something like this to its entirety, probably, maybe. It's a motivator. Knowing that some folk actually tune in for this is wild to me. But, like, you know, it's also forcing me to be, like, to acknowledge that this busted-ass game has some ambition behind it, to be sure. Like, they were trying here. They had some ideas. They were working really hard to evoke the tone of a Dungeons & Dragons. Now, across all those counts, across all those charges I've laid out, were they successful in any of these pursuits? No. No, they were not. In realizing those ambitions, in realizing the thrill of adventure in the way that they, like, envisioned it, it don't feel like a Dungeons & Dragons to me. Like, can we, like, agree on that? Like, Dungeons & Dragons to me is the party, is, like, taking those side quests and, like, going on, like, adventures and mini quests. This is just a dungeon crawler.
It's not the DM holding just one person hostage and forcing them to complete his campaign.
Yes. And that's, once upon a time, we did a dire Dungeons & Dragons game stream. And there were some interesting games there. I seem to remember there was a game for the Intellivision or ColecoVision or one of those fucking consoles, right? And it was like a 3-person team of archers, and that was it. And like when one died, it just got replaced with the next one in line. You're playing one of them at a time, basically. And like, you know, I could look back and be like, this game is all right. That game is okay. It's novel. It's interesting. It's pretty advanced for what it was at the time. It don't feel like Dungeons & Dragons. And I feel like that's a big issue with Dungeons and Dragons video games, is that a lot of them don't feel like fucking Dungeons and Dragons. And in an era now, like, obviously, we can't judge this game by Baldur's Gate 3 standards or whatever the fuck else, right? But we can still say, like, narratively speaking, this is very unsatisfying. The setting is very samey, and I know that Undermountain is a real D&D campaign stage that you could theoretically gather people around. I think it's actually the biggest map, the biggest drawn map that was available for Dungeons and Dragons for a time. This just seems like a bad idea from top to bottom. Like, it was cursed even before they picked the Descent engine for this. When this game was just a glimmer in someone's eyes back in the planning stages, even before the prototyping stages, this just seems like the most miserable place to hold a campaign. It seems like the most boring adventure you can go on. And I have to wonder, something I haven't mentioned up to this point. On the box for this game, there is a feature advertised for online multiplayer.
I think that might only be on the German box. I think.
I have the box in front of me. Let me look at this image real quick. PC, CD-ROM, interplay by gamers for gamers, 3D role-playing action. I guess maybe I need to check the back of the box.
It would be on the back, yeah.
Because actually, I happen to have the German box here as well, and it doesn't say anything about it. Well, in any case, it was a feature that was advertised for the game at a certain point in time as well. It was advertised in magazines. It was promoted as it would be an online game. All right, here is the back of the box. The first RPG to use an enhanced SVGA version of the Descent engine, famous for full 3D 360-degree movement. Set in the most famous AD&D World of Forgotten Realms, superior graphics, special light reflections, monsters, and frightening detail. Developed from 6 different races. Okay, so it doesn't mention the multiplayer here.
Yeah, I think I remember from the LGR video on this game that in other regions, and I want to say it was in Germany, that was the region, that they did still advertise multiplayer on the box, even though there is no multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what we're ultimately building up to here, is that there's no multiplayer in this game. There's no way to hack it together. There's no, like, unfinished, scrapped, like, feature. It's just not present. And so, like, you can only wonder what the multiplayer was meant to be. Maybe they mentioned it in a magazine what the plan for it was at some point, if it was meant to be, like, a party going on an adventure, like Neverwinter Nights style. Like, that's probably what it was, rather than some really badly implemented, like, deathmatch, which I could only imagine how fucking bad that would be with how bad the combat is in this game already. But, and I don't... Co-op wouldn't save this game. Because so much of it is just like running around in circles and getting lost in these environments that look very samey, and throwing 2 people at that problem doesn't fix it. It just adds
very
to more
small
confusion.
corridors.
Especially in an era before like voice chat, right? In 98, you're not like hopping on Discord. You're probably not even hopping on like Mumble or Ventrilo even in 98. You'd be lucky if there was like VoIP, voice over internet protocol back then. So you'd have to rely on text chat to be like, I found it. I found where we need to go. Let me try to direct you to where I am based on where I think you are through the text parser in this game, right? Like, imagine the nightmare that would be. So it's probably for the best this didn't have multiplayer, for being truthful here. But still, it's a very isolating experience. It's a very lonely experience, being the sole adventurer, being the hero of Undermountain in this game, the hero of Waterdeep, or whatever they call you, whatever people have started calling us in the game, in the pub. That said, I have not been alone on this stream. I thank you, Charkie, for accompanying me deeper into Undermountain. I thank our viewers at home for accompanying us as well. If you like what you saw here, and you must, if you're listening to this, if you're at the end of this video on YouTube or at the end of this stream, you clearly there is something here that compelled you to this point, right? And I'm not saying that you need to give us money for that. I'm not saying that you need to pay us. I'm saying that if you could find it in your heart to subscribe on Twitch, to pledge on Patreon, to boost us on Discord, Charky, please link the Discord when you get a chance, that you can help determine the direction of the show. for doing so. It is your privilege. We have a Patreon zone channel in the Discord where there is currently a poll up to determine what our next long play will be. And boy howdy, Balan Wonderworld is running away with it at the moment. So if you either want to make sure that reality comes to pass or help us avert disaster, now's the time, because that poll is due to end on Thursday morning. I don't know if we'll jump right into that playthrough. If it's Balan Wonderworld, I have some research to do before we start that. I need to get my slides ready. So we may put it off at least a little longer. We may do something else on Thursday. We might do LJN Connection on Thursday, because we also have some events planned for this weekend. I have a few ideas in mind for Saturday that are not the typical structure. But that's all I'll say about that for now. Let me see who is streaming at this hour. It looks as though Dot Level it's their birthday and they're playing something. Oh, is this like Sheeran the Wanderer? Maybe. It's some sort of roguelite. Or roguelike even. One of those classic ones. Anyway, I guess you'll all find out, right? That's usually how this goes. I don't know what we're throwing to necessarily, but we're always throwing to something. We're always remembering to raid. But enough about that. Enough talk. Please to send them our love and wish them a happy birthday on our behalf. I've been Cassidy.
And I'm Charkie.
Thank you again, everybody, for holding out with us, for sticking with this playthrough. God knows it's been a long one. God knows it's not even done yet. There's just still more to go. But we will see this through. We will see this through to the end. Come hell or high water. Come hell or high water deep. Bye!
Good night, everybody.